Okay, so everybody is at
All
a
right.
big party.
Welcome. Oh wait, sorry, wrong thing.
Welcome back to Evil Dead. Wait, no, wrong game.
Welcome to
um,
Baltimore by night. Or oh wait,
shit. Yeah, at a big party. Imber is probably hanging by the bar a little bit. It's probably got a drink in her hand, just kind of smoozing and talking to people. She looks very well put together. She's got nice wavy blonde hair. It's down to her shoulders, covering one eye. All sorts of tattoos on her, like all the way up to her neck is inked. And actually, a very similar design to mine. So, like a skull with the two bats on the side of it. Um, Nice evening gown, that kind of thing. She looks like she's there to make a statement, kind of deal.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's probably just chatting someone up, not really paying attention when they're talking back to her, if they're talking at all.
Hmm.
Just scoping the place.
Um, Luke, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Arthur is a big, brutish, ugly person, very muscular, bald head. He's wearing what looks like a nice but cheap suit. I don't know what people wear when they go to things, but he didn't put a lot of thought into it. His face is covered in scars, uh, pock marks, chunks missing, very bruised. He's probably standing in a corner with a drink, just watching everybody, not talking to anyone he doesn't know, just trying to see what everyone's up to. He doesn't trust anyone there,
Hmm.
I think.
For the record, you guys do know each other. Your coterie, your party, as it were, includes the five of you, as well as one other kindred that you know to be Lizzie's sister.
Nix is always missing.
No, it's not. It's no. So for note, Lizzie's sister is named Izzy, and they're twins.
Kevin's face.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted it to be. That's exactly the reaction. Kev, I could have picked a name that would be impossible to pronounce because it would have been funny. I could have gone to Alexis.
It's true.
I could have
Alexis
gone.
is not here.
I was in call with Alexis today. I could have gotten a worse name for you.
That is true. So, I will say, Lizzie, you know that Izzy is not here yet. She should be She should be on her way. She got held up doing some hunting earlier. What is Lizzie doing right now?
Probably she's probably gone more or less to a place where there's a window or like an open area. You know, somewhere where she's not stuck inside completely.
Yeah, this building here is where you guys are.
Fun fact, I've been there.
The one
or at least
corner
been around there.
is just completely glass. You can see the entire city. It's gorgeous.
And as for what she looks like, you know, bright red hair, shaved, like kind of shaved and then braided along the one side. Long hair, and then is wearing a leather jacket and jeans. And clearly has that kind of, I don't want to be here, but I'm here because I have to, because it's I can't say no look to her. And probably has a drink in her hand as well.
Sage, do you want to go next?
Oh, but I may as well. This is always a weird part for me. So, Savage is most likely in one of the darker corners, effectively keeping an eye on everybody. Granted, apparently all of us are doing that.
It's almost like we're paranoid.
Yeah,
We're all just in different corners watching everyone.
Yeah. The style...
There's just two of you that are fighting over that last corner.
No, mine.
I was trying to think of a decent style that would fit, but I guess they effectively try to keep up with the times, except more military-esque. So, black dress clothes, well, not dress clothes, black clothes, dark trench coat covering everything, probably hiding most of their knives. Probably has just a margarita in here.
Weapons should be forbidden in Elysium.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I apologize.
You need
that's
a
where the
weapon.
knives would be.
Look all
Anyways,
this shit.
just to simplify my end, because I'm about to break, is their face is basically like Virgil from Devil May Cry 1. Platinum hair, slicked back, has a couple of strands in the face. Just keeping an eye on everything.
What does Erasmus look like?
Erasmus is wearing a nice three-piece suit, good tie, an Oxford thing, all fancy. Multiple rings on his fingers. He's going around schmoozing with different people, talking, just trying to get the feel of everyone, see how they feel. Because Erasmus is one of those people. Ever since Queen Anne took over in the '90s, he just doesn't feel it. He was more of a Mithras kind of person. But that damn Monty Calvin had to kill his ass, so it's like, not really feeling that. But times occasionally change, so. Yeah, just going around. As for appearance, after all this time, he got tired of having to change his appearance every night when he woke up. So he just stays with the appearance he has when he wakes up, because we're cursed like that. So he's got the like 1820s kind of like mutton chop kind of thing going on, and like the hair kind of pushed down. He used to fight it for years, trying to actually look presentable and stuff. But he's like, man. After all this time, it's kind of bad. And eventually, in like 8 years, these hipsters are going to appear out of nowhere and be in again. So,
It's a good look. You can't deny it.
yeah, just the handlebars and going up. So that's him. Oh, and the suit is obviously, dark navy blue and stuff. So, and he probably has like the tie. That's the right kind of stuff for like Oxford University. You know how they have the different patterns back in the old days. So yeah. You know you did catch
I
it.
realized that as soon as I said it, because Zoom is like, you're muted. Stop that shit. Don't be a
You
Callie.
Callied yourself.
At least it tells you.
It does. I don't know why it never tells Callie.
No. It does tell Callie. Callie just doesn't notice it. Is what I think.
How do you not notice it? It's right there on the screen.
Just a Mac.
She's looking
Yeah.
at a different screen, maybe.
She could be alt tabs too. Yeah.
Honestly, like, that's fair. Macs are fucking weird, and I don't understand them.
Full stop. Just Macs are fucking weird. Yeah.
Mhm.
So as you guys are,
Did we not hear from Arthur?
No, I went second.
You were on second.
I totally forgot that.
Yeah. He's so
He didn't want you to remember. He
inconspicuous.
was hiding in the corner.
Oh, wow, man, my like, your observation is so high.
I know you don't consort with my type.
It's racist.
At least fake it for the
Rude.
party.
Oh, you obfuscation people.
let's see. I will say, those of you that have other kindred in the city that you are familiar with do see them all here, including the ones that
Nobody likes.
say that again.
That nobody likes.
Yes, or the ones that kind of have it out for you, and the ones that almost never come out, which is strange. And there are some people talking, mostly the younger, more talkative kindred, the rather neonates that born in like the last decade or so, are buzzing about some talk about an attack that happened right after dawn, or right before dawn. Dusk, there we go. As everyone started to rouse, that rumor has it was an attack by mortals on a kindred safe house, which doesn't make a ton of sense, especially because you guys haven't really heard anything of it. even though everyone in here, pretty much every kindred that you guys know of in the city is here, including the prince, Queen Anne, who is currently going around the group to the entire party, chatting and schmoozing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
There is actually. Go ahead, and we didn't do it before. I'm gonna have everybody of you roll a rouse check, just to see what
Which dice
hunger
do we
you
use for
guys
this game?
start
Only
at.
D10s.
Just D10s.
Only
Anything
D10s.
over a
Roger,
6
roger.
is considered a success. For a rouse check, you just roll 1d10 and let me know if it's a success or not.
I got successful.
Success.
All right. Everybody who succeeded is at 1 hunger. Everyone that failed is at 2. If anybody did.
If you mark just as at a 6, it's a pass.
6 is success. 6 or above is success.
You roll 1d10, and if you got a 6 or above, it's a success.
Right. Just wanted
Yeah.
to confirm.
I failed.
You have 2 hunger now.
You're at 2 hunger.
I am so hungry.
I approach a random vampire.
Okay. There's a Nosferatu at the bar with like a very long hooked nose in dressed in rags that are sort of hanging off him, very mummy-esque.
You know, I've played too much of this fucking game when you said Nosferatu, and my instinctual answer was, oh, ew.
I mean, yeah.
Not
Also,
wrong.
it just occurred to me, Luke, that you've literally played the 2 opposite characters in looks-wise. Just now
Yeah.
hit me.
It's not entirely accidental.
He is currently regaling the ghoul at the bar and some random kindred sitting next to him that looks bored out of her skull, with a story of how he cleverly snuck past a group of hunters on his way here, and just last week was in a shootout with them, apparently.
Fascinating. Do you by chance know why Queen Anne has summoned us here? It's very unusual to get everyone together. I mean, Mithras never did this kind of stuff.
Well, no, but she ain't no Mithras, and I mean, I don't know. I think she's trying to find out what's going on. I heard that he kind of looks you over. Are you wearing anything that would identify your clan?
No, why would you do that?
I hear the Tremere are making a ploy for the princehood.
Oh, it is not the Tremere. I am telling you, if anyone, it's the Toreadors. Can never trust one of them. You know what they say. Go not to the clan of the Rose for advice, for they will give you no single answer.
I don't think that's how that saying goes, but okay.
You are an artist. You have read the Book of Cain.
I have not.
Then how do you know how the saying goes?
Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, it was weird. They came out of fucking nowhere. Like, I was hunting, obviously. I guess they did kind of yell a bit louder than I was expecting.
Oh, I was not aware rats yelled so loud.
I don't eat fucking rat. Come on, man. Not all of us are like that. I might live in the tube, but it doesn't mean I eat rats.
Racist.
Oh, I'm sorry. Raccoons, possibly.
Shrews.
Raccoons in Britain.
That's what I was wondering. I'm pretty sure they're a New World animal.
I'm sure somebody imported them.
But at the
That's
same
fair.
time, I'm pretty sure little grabby hands gremlins are absolutely the best kind of invasive species.
Yes. I was just wondering, talking around my courtiers doing their thing again. Gotta
Doing their
put,
thing.
yeah, I gotta put some bells on those guys.
Just vanish.
I mean, I was gonna say the minute you started saying anything about Toreador's Imber Pro just appears. Yeah, so I heard you were talking shit.
Oh, not all Toreadors. Obviously, there are exceptions.
Imber, you do the singing, right?
That do, yes.
Yes. I was gonna say you should sing us a song, but I don't know if Anne would really like you butting in on the music she's got going right now.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love the spotlight, I don't want to interrupt our dear prince's celebration.
But at the same time, Dora trap music is kind of annoying.
It's
That
not
doesn't
Dora
exist
trap
yet.
music.
That doesn't exist for another 8 years,
That too.
unless you invent it in this one shot.
No.
I will admit the music is not really my style, but here we are.
Mm. As you
Also,
go.
Erasmus, you said like, who would do that and wear a symbol of their clan? She 100% has a tattoo on her arm. That's the Toreador rose.
Why do
I
you
have a question.
You just have every night.
Well, I'm sitting there watching everybody looking in the room. Can I get a sense of people being nervous or something? Anything like that? Like, what's the general demeanor of the people at the party?
That's a good question. Let's find out. Let me see what you would roll for that.
Streetwise.
I would say, this would probably be wits and awareness. And remember to
Okay.
replace one of your dice with whatever your hunger is now. So
Gotcha.
that's
Only
another
to do my
thing.
legs in.
When you roll, you usually add one of your attributes and a skill together to create a dice pool, and that's how many d10s you roll. Of that pool of d10s, so say you have like 2 and 2, of that pool, however many your hunger is, you replace those number of d10s with red ones or some other color.
Ooh.
Because rolling a 10 on a blood dice or a
Friendly.
hunger dice does cool shit.
Also, rolling a 1 does stuff. If you fail,
I
Also
got-
cool shit, but not as
I
fun.
got both fails, and the red one was a 1.
oh, you just beat
Speak of the devil.
That is like, oh god, it's already happening.
I'm just looking around. What could go wrong?
My eyes!
Start spraying blood at people?
I think this might legit be the first bestial failure in.
It is.
I think I've only done rouse checks in the other game.
Yeah, I don't have you guys roll that often.
You've done other things other than rouse checks. Literally
Maybe
just
once
last
or
session,
twice.
you did this exact roll, I think, to figure out whether your sire was actually your sire or not.
Oh, that's
Arthur-
right. I did roll last time. Turns out he
Arthur-
was.
Arthur woke up this morning and shows violence.
So, Kevin,
That's
quick
every
question.
morning.
What clan is Arthur? Nosferatu?
Nosferatu.
So probably compulsion. So cryptophilia 210 page. I
Thank you.
need
I'm
to
afraid
know.
of crypts.
Well, philia is love, so cryptophilia.
I
You
love,
love Crips.
Yeah.
This
But too bad
actually
you're not-
fits really perfectly. You become consumed with a hunger for secrets to know that which few or no one knows. You also refuse to share secrets with others except in a strict trade for greater ones. All actions spent on working toward learning a secret, no matter how big or small, receive a 2 dice penalty. The compulsion ends when you learn a secret big enough to be considered useful. Sharing the secret is optional.
Well, in that case, I
but
guess
you
I'm
didn't.
suspicious.
You didn't get any successes, though, right?
Right.
You know something's going on. You don't know what it is, but something is happening, and no one knows but you.
I feel like I'm not going to learn just by watching, so I should probably go try to mingle a little bit and ask people what's going on.
I don't need sleep. I need answers.
That's right. If I see Erasmus and Imber talking to somebody, I'm going to go over there and try to join in on that.
You do
Try to
see
get-
it's another Nosferatu, possibly one that you've run into in the tube a few times.
Oh, okay. Fellow tube buddy.
Hey, Arthur, how's it going? I was just telling
It
him.
was good until we got invited to this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can't argue
It
with
seems
that.
bad.
I mean, but hey, no, it's easy hunting. And he like holds up the glass, and all of you are actually drinking blood. They have ghouls or other means of procuring refreshments for you. It's enough to whet your appetite, but it's not really enough to like reduce your hunger score at the moment.
Mhm, mhm.
He's
Go
like,
Does this
ahead.
guy know more about society than me? Like, is he older or more ensconced in higher society? I'm wondering if he would know why we're here.
how old
more
is
than
your character?
112?
Okay, he's probably about
212.
he's probably a
Sorry.
couple decades younger than you. He
Okay.
does, however,
Could be more likable, though. That could be a difference.
yeah, he does tend to stick around the kindred circles a bit more than mortals. He's known for being something of a genius for creating havens and finding the best places that have secret entrances and exits out of getting away from people that are looking for you.
Okay. And he was the one that was shot at recently?
Mm-hmm. Well, he was shooting back at them.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I was just telling him about the other day. I guess it was 2 nights ago. I was out hunting and some jack off idiot screamed before I could shut him up, and of course like the cops showed up, and then like people that knew what they were dealing with showed up.
It's concerning.
Yeah, it's pretty concerning. I've heard some rumors of some shit going down. Like I heard it earlier tonight. There was a attack or something or another on a safe house with a handful of new licks in it.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
How on earth would they have found that?
Somebody leaked
mean,
it.
If
That's
they're
what I would
new, they're
think.
probably stupid.
That's
Or
fair.
someone leaked it. That's entirely possible. If they have enemies.
Mm.
Is that what this meeting's about then?
Probably them thin bloods.
I
Honestly,
mean,
Finding the
knowing Anne, she's probably looking for someone to blame.
Good.
it's fair, but
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I don't know what use would she have just setting up a couple of young idiots to get ganked by Second Inquisition idiots.
Second Inquisition. That name is new.
Sure, yeah.
They didn't start getting that.
Started
name
here
before.
now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, scapegoating another clan for one thing, or another clan could be scapegoating the hunters for all we
Hmm.
know.
It's possible. I mean, who knows? And as you guys are chatting, you see Queen Anne walk out onto the sort of like balcony overlooking, and she puts her arms out and says, ladies and gentlemen, loyal kindred of London, if you look out the windows towards the east, you'll see that 3 helicopters are approaching us. They're provided by myself, your generous queen, to take her loyal subjects to the safety of Birmingham, away from the unpleasantness that we've seen in our streets lately. Please wait patiently while we arrange landing and embarkation. And she grabs a bag from where her feet are and actually heads towards the back of that room, where I'll say most of you guys had probably seen there is a single elevator that goes up that way. Everyone else, there's like a bank of 5 elevators that the normal people use, but the one that Queen Anne arrived looks like a private one.
The minute she steps on stage, Imber just kind of like elbows Erasmus in the ribs. Hey, look, it's your favorite person.
Yes. Queen Anne.
The fellow the Nosferatus that had been standing next to you guys, his name is Roger. Guys, the shard doesn't have a helipad.
I know.
Really good
Those
flyers.
helicopters. Can we see the helicopters from here very well?
Lizzie who is at the window before, starts moving away from the window. She is like, yep, I know what's going to happen next already. I am not that dumb.
How long do we have before the helicopters show up?
Not very
Actually,
long, especially as people are starting to put that connection together. The elevators are quickly getting swarmed. And just as the doors close on the first like crowd that had gotten in there, the room goes dark and you hear the music stop and the power goes out.
I was gonna say Lizzie has already pulled out her phone and is calling Izzy.
I got my eyes of the beast on.
I was gonna look for to see if I could find my sire in the crowd.
Okay.
Freaking hell!
I'm
Why
gonna
do I?
If I may.
Go for it.
Yes.
So, as Lizzie is calling Izzy, I would be wanting to make a quick call to Mikey Davies, who I'm hoping was downstairs with any of my weapons.
Okay. So I
What
will
floor are we
say,
on?
you guys are in the penthouse suite. You're up at the
Okay.
top.
We are not going to survive a fall if we jumped off.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I don't know the
This is
exact
not
rules for
5e
that.
falling damage. You will die.
Well, what if there
Will
was a
die.
cat at the bottom?
I got super jump.
You
I can
and the cat
reverse
will
it.
die.
Yeah. We actually calculated it. Falling from great heights is one way to send a vampire straight to torpor.
Isn't it like 1 damage per meter or something? I tried to look it up.
Yeah.
It's
That's too many.
Yeah.
Too many meters.
Considering the max you guys can have is 10.
Yeah, so it'll fill all 10 of those with superficial damage and then fill it up again with aggravated, and then you're just kind of like out.
All right, so we should get lower before we jump.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah.
I would probably grab Erasmus's shoulder. Can he see in the dark? Do I know that?
I can't see in the goddamn dark.
Come with me. I'll start moving him towards, like, you said there was other elevators or stairs or something? Any other
so
exit to the room?
There is a flight of stairs. It's a long way down, but it's there. There is a bank of 5 elevators, but as soon as the power was cut, those stopped. I will say you guys can see, because she was heading to the elevator slightly further away, Queen Anne's elevator, the lights are still on. It's still operational.
I figures.
Seems like she's cleaning house.
Lizzie, you call Izzy and the phone just rings and eventually goes to voicemail.
Yes, you just hear a lot, just fuck.
Imber, I'll say make a spoofy.
Like a spoof.
I don't think that's a roll.
Wits
Is that like
and
a Weird Al
awareness
thing?
check to find your sire. It is going to be difficult because it's very dark in here.
Okay. Wits and awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. What the fuck is my awareness? I actually don't know where my awareness is.
It should be on the far right at the very top.
Very. Oh, there it is. I have nothing in that. Cool.
Okay. Okay, so just whatever your wits is, and remember to replace one of your dice with a different color, or sorry, two of your dice because you have two hunger,
Yep,
right?
I am a hungry. Yeah.
Hungry.
2 successes.
Okay.
Nothing. Well, one of them was on the red dice. So.
Oh, if you roll tens, tens. Every 2 tens equals 4 successes.
Oh.
That's how you do crits. That also, if it's on your hunger dice, becomes a messy critical. So
Oh, I didn't get any crits, but
Yeah.
So 2 successes?
Yeah.
Okay. You are having trouble finding them in the crowd. It is chaotic and people are moving very quickly and shoving people out of the way roughly. Savage, you do call down to your contact that is sort of milling around on the streets below Shard. And what level contact are they?
Davies is listed as my favorite gang leader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's probably one of the first ones that was turned or sired or whatever.
So there's the people that aren't listed as your touchstones. They're mortals. They can be what's called ghouled. So they're you feed them your blood so that they are a little bit stronger, a little bit more durable.
no.
There you
But they are still mortal.
Oh, my apologies then. Then
Okay.
he's just my favorite mortal.
go. Your favorite blood bag.
My lighting is different tonight than normal. I don't know why.
You're really washed out tonight.
I know. I have it set to turn it all the way
you
down.
perfect because you're a vampire and you're pale.
Yes, I'm very pale.
You-
It covers up all the scars and missing pieces.
Yeah, I'm doing that too. I'm very pale because of the camera lighting.
I go for 2 walks a day.
Just like Terry.
I was gonna say when your
Why?
hunter takes you out, Luke, or
He
yeah,
goes for
I wish
3
someone would take me out.
until he's an asshole and he goes for fucking 6 because he doesn't understand daylight savings time.
I mean, Luke, someone's trying to take us out right now
With helicopters.
with helicopters. That's a new way.
Look, and it's like, Arthur, Imber, you're my 2 favorite members of the coterie.
I will say, Savage, you you do not hear he doesn't answer. You do get a text though that says just the words hiding, get out.
Did you actually say that? Kev?
Yes.
What Erasmus said about Arthur Imber, you two Imber looks at you and goes, I know that's bullshit, but I appreciate the sentiment.
My favorite members of the coterie, both of you, protect me.
Come with me to the stairs.
Can I do one thing before we all start moving?
Sure.
So, in kind of a similar thing of Savage calling for his buddies for his weapons, Imber just kind of like raises one of her legs and just knocks off the stiletto that she's wearing. Because she 100% has metal stilettos.
Oh, 100%.
Always
She's got them
prepared.
blood rain boots.
I get it.
She's just like, yep,
so-
taking these knives.
I just thought you liked walking in those uncomfortable pieces of shit.
Hell no.
Now I remember
you
when men
guys-
wore stilettos.
Make your way to the stairs. It is crowded. There are people shoving and pushing you out of the way. And the lights that are in the stairwell are very, very faintly lighting the staircase. And you can tell there is the sound of yelling and shouting further down the stairs as well.
Like coming upwards.
That's a good.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Guys, this is just like when those people were in the factory and it caught fire and they all were trying to escape, but the fire is rising up. We should really build better codes.
Probably
What in
stop
God's
panicking.
name are you talking about?
I'd like to try to use some sort of intimidation to try to make people get out of our way so we can get
Sure.
preferential stairway.
Go for it. Are you using any disciplines or just raw skill?
Well, disciplines against other vampires doesn't usually work really well, right?
Oh.
I don't think I have anything specifically that would work against him, because Eyes of the Beast is only for mortals.
Yeah, if you have Daunt, that might. But I don't think you do.
So maybe I should be the one to do that.
I got pretty good intimidation.
Intimidation would be manipulation and insight.
Is not the intimidation skill?
Sorry, intimidation. I read the wrong thing.
It confused me. I thought
It's
I
the
didn't
other.
know what I was
Yeah,
doing.
I'm sorry. I will say if one of you is leading it, Savage can loan you a D10 to add to that. For their role in assisting making this display of I'm gonna fuck you up.
No need to fuck you up. Just throw it down the stairwell.
We did establish
See,
falling damage.
I mean, gravity's your best friend when it's not.
I only got 2 successes out of 6 dice.
Okay.
Oof.
It does seem like people are moving. However, at this point, you guys start to hear gunfire
Oh, okay.
From above or
Well,
below?
from
Back
below.
up, back up, back up, back up,
Great.
back up.
Yeah, you see Lizzie's like
Son of
about
a
to start.
bitch.
I was gonna say, you guys see Lizzie probably like right behind you, looking like she's about to take a running jump down the stairs, pretty much, and then just kind of does the skid stores. All right.
Elevators.
I'm just
Did
imagining
we get down at all?
No,
like
Cat. 'Cause-
cats that like take off running and go to jump and then realize at the last second that they can't make it and just
Cat, you know what Lizzie's abilities are, and you know what she was gonna do, don't you?
I know exactly what you were gonna do. So you guys are heading back to the
Yep.
elevators. Which ones?
Did we make it down any floors?
I'd say if you wanted to, you could have made it down like probably about 4 or 5 floors.
Well, the
I think
problem,
it'd be better if we went down a few, then we could go away from
Well,
the stairs and have more time.
We don't want to go down any further. We hear gunfire.
But yeah, so let's head out into the main floor area
Yeah.
of whatever floor we're on and then look for another way down.
You bust through a door into what looks like a very fancy law office that is now locked up for the day, but you guys have enough power to get through a storm door. Especially because the power went out, so all the doors are unlocked. That's right.
so in a law office, I would like to look around for something specific.
Okay. What are you looking for?
How many letter openers can I get my hands on?
There you go.
Well, Savage is doing that.
Letters?
Lizzie is just sending it now, pulling out her phone again and sending a text to Izzy, just saying, "If you get this, get a car ready. I'm coming down. Don't and keep hitting."
Hitting?
Hitting.
Yeah, Imber's gonna try and message Elizabeth.
She's in
Just-
Baltimore.
And just say real quick, stay wherever you are, stay hidden.
Bring
Well,
her
they're all
around.
on their phones. I'm gonna look for like a servant's door.
I don't
like
think
some
they
sort
have
of-
those anymore.
Everyone's a servant to somebody.
That's true.
Some sort of
I
like
believe
secondary
that's the
stairwell.
contractor's entrance, is what you're talking about.
Yeah, there is a like service
or-
elevator that's slightly
Yeah,
larger.
something like that.
It's
Mhm.
larger than the others, so it has a bigger like carry capacity, but it is also not working. It's not on that whatever backup generator Queen Anne apparently had. You could potentially pry the doors open though.
Elevators usually have ladders in them under them. We could use that if we don't find stairs.
Probably best, anyways.
At
They would
that
never
point,
suspect us to come down an empty shaft.
Savage, you find about 3 letter openers. You know they're not going to hold up for more than like one good blow, but it's something.
That is all you need.
Erasmus, at that point, you start to hear movement behind you as several kindred try to rush in the door and slam it behind them.
Oh. Everybody.
Hmm?
We're thinking of a plan. There's stairs on the opposite side because there's always more than one stairwell. All of you go over there. We should divide so that we are not all standing in the same spot.
Make a
Can I like stand behind him flexing?
Oh,
Did-
I will lend my persuasion to that.
That would be charisma and subterfuge, I believe.
How about persuasion? I'm trying to persuade them
Okay,
to do
sure.
it.
As soon as he's got the knives in hand, Savage is going to be right back next to that door until a plan is otherwise stated for movement. I want to catch the first person that comes in through the door with any type of surprise attack in an attempt to disarm and relocate that gun.
That would be 1, 2, 3.
Disarm and reload.
Okay,
Five
so
that
skills
arm.
good.
successes.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wow,
Good
he's
at
good at
persuasion.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also rolled 2 10s, so
Yeah,
Great.
nice.
Damn.
That's why you're the king.
These kindred are clearly much younger licks than the group of you, and they do just kind of implicitly trust you.
That's your
And
first mistake.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
seemingly leaning on the wisdom of older generations to try and get through this night alive, or at least without final death, and make their way in the direction that Erasmus pointed out. Arthur, did you want to pry open the door to the elevator shaft?
Yeah, let's try to do that.
Go ahead and make a strength athletics roll for me, please.
Would like prowess or uncanny grip help with this?
Prowess definitely could, yes. For that you have to roll a rouse check though, so you can go ahead.
All
and
right,
roll
let me
that.
turn on some lights. I can't see for some reason.
You have no lights on? How?
That's why you're so fucking pale, dude.
Yeah, you're actually not as pale anymore.
Yeah, there
Luke.
you go.
Who knows the mind of the computer?
You're no longer Mark Zuckerberg white.
Oh, I would have changed it earlier. had you said that. So the rouse check is separate then?
Correct. You do
Yeah,
the rouse
rouse
check.
check.
I got a success on that.
And then go ahead and do your strength plus athletics, and you get to add 3 more dice to your pool.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
I'm going to need a dice roller.
Nope, I can count. I can
There's
count
an
9 dice.
official one.
I have a ton of dice, so I'm fine.
I only have a few D10s. I only have
4 successes.
Okay. You easily pry the doors open, and there are like indentations from where your hands are. And you can hear echoing through the metal shaft the chaos and gunfire from below. It doesn't seem like they're in the elevator shaft, but it's definitely echoing around in there. It seems like perhaps others have had the same idea you had. And you can hear very clearly loud movement and shaking in the one beside it, thinking perhaps some other individual has taken the same idea you had.
Where's
Well,
the
that means it's a
elevator?
good idea.
Is like the elevator on this floor, above us, below us?
The actual elevator box.
Mhm.
It is below you guys. It's
Okay.
maybe about a fourth of the way up from the ground level. So pretty far down from where you guys are.
Is there a ladder in the shaft? A shaft ladder?
I'll say there is. It's not the most well kept. You would imagine that usually the guys are tethered off when they work in here, but
Mm-hmm.
for your purposes,
Rich
it's
people.
decent.
I got an idea. Arthur, Mr. Muscles, open up the elevator shaft door and let's see where that car is. I need one closer to us.
You got it.
Just pushing the button. Go
Oh,
ahead
sorry.
and
We're British. I need you to open the door to the next lift.
It's a lift.
I'm
go
really
ahead
British.
and roll it. I will say that because I don't feel like looking it up, your potence or your prowess still sticks around. I think it lasts until the end of the scene.
4 successes again.
Shit. Okay, yeah. You can easily pry this one open, and it looks like this one is maybe about let's see. Maybe about 15 or 20 feet below where you guys are. So like
let's do-
2 or 3 floors down.
What are we
This
thinking here?
might work.
Drop the box on him?
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
All right. Savage, hand me one of those letter openers that you definitely did not steal upon this floor.
So instead of making any type of movement, I'm going to chuck one for him.
Ah! Ah!
Into his hand.
I mean, I would hope more for your
He
hand.
can
is what I
he
mean.
can softball it. You Erasmus isn't that bad.
Look down. And I use corrosive vitae and just splash my
Ooh.
blood up onto the
Wires.
Cables.
The cables.
cables, and then try to basically start flicking it down onto the brakes.
Okay.
That does require a rouse check.
It sure does, and it might require additional ones depending on. Let's say roll your first one, and then we'll see how well the elevator
I
fares.
succeeded on that one.
Okay. And then to try and make sure that to see how much blood it takes to rot through this, roll a intelligence and technology check for me.
Does this take a while?
Um,
I know
it's
you have
taking
this.
several seconds, and you guys can hear
Oh,
it.
one
it's-
success.
Okay. You're pretty sure it's going to take at least another rouse check worth of blood.
If you need more blood, I
Wow.
can help.
It has to be mine, and I am a little bit hungrier now.
Okay.
Well, I was offering yours.
You can hear it starting to groan and sag and move in ways that it is not supposed to. The room is just absolutely filled with this acrid smoke of just burning vitae and molten slag.
So everybody down the other shaft. That way, when this one collapses, it will cause a distraction. People run away, and they'll be able to get out. Huh? Unless anyone has a secondary plan for this.
Not really.
No, this is my plan to
Hey.
begin with. Going down.
All right. What do you guys want to do? Who wants to go first?
I'd probably go first.
Okay.
Send the bullet sponge down first.
I was gonna say I'm not much of a muscle, so go ahead.
I'll make if it can support me, it can support you.
Obviously.
Okay, so
I can
let's
just
do.
walk down the wall. I was going to.
Oh, I can do that too, actually. But I'm going to use a ladder to save my fingernails, which I made them look nice for the party.
It's also harder to do on metal.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the shaft would be like stone, right?
No, that shaft would be metal. This is
No.
the shard. I don't know if you've ever.
This is a
ever s-
brand new
The
elevator.
shard is like within the last 10 years was made.
Yeah,
right.
it's brand
I
new.
saw it.
It's
saw it once. I didn't
gorgeous.
go in. It's beautiful. I can see it in a picture.
At
Yeah.
least from my experience, usually elevator shafts are entirely like metal and some concrete.
Yeah.
Hey
All right,
guys,
then
I saw this
ladder-y we
movie.
go.
There's a really cool movie. It's called Star Trek, and they had these boots that allowed you to fly. That would be very useful right now.
Oh, it would be.
You mean Super Mario Brothers?
Yes.
There's a Super Mario Brothers?
They had boots that let them fly. That's what you're talking about.
No, I was talking about the ones that Spock had while they're going down the elevator shaft.
Oi,
I
you
didn't know
two,
Super
keep it
Mario
down.
Brothers had it.
That's the guy from that episode of The Simpsons.
What would it take to stab out my own ears so I go back further around?
You have 2 letter openers. You don't need anything else.
I'm wondering what the
True.
check
Ken's face just disappeared into his icon there. It was just Ken, and then just his face entire just disappearing.
Welcome to every Baltimore by Night.
There we go.
If I do it,
That's what he does with the hood.
if I do it just right, sometimes I can just totally disappear.
Never
That's
gonna do it again.
refusing.
It's because
Yeah.
of the
I'm trying
background.
now.
Yeah. So, as you guys are heading down the elevator, you guys make your way maybe about half of the way down when there is a cacophonous crash and the
I don't have the
elevator-
screen.
Oh, that might do it too.
Yeah.
There is a cacophonous crash as you hear the elevator start to plummet.
Oh, there was No one was dumb enough to sit in there.
The sound of gunfire continues for a second and then stops. There is a thunderous crash. And I need all of you to make a check.
Name a
Yes.
check.
This would be Dex and Athletics checks, please.
Oh, hey, sweet.
Okay.
Is this to hold on to the ladder?
Mm-hmm.
I need to ask.
Good.
'cause
As
I'm,
the entire building shook because you
I
just
mean,
dropped
yeah.
I'm still not 100% certain on the dice rolls here.
Uh,
Points index the number of dice I'm rolling.
Yeah, so you should have anywhere between 1 and 5 dots in Dex and
Right.
1 and 5 dots in Athletics. Add those dots together. That's how
5.
many D10s you roll. You're at 1 hunger, right?
And, oh, perfect.
Right. So one
100.
of them needs to be red.
Yes, or a different color.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
I'm doing easy way. I'm doing it as I'm using the D10s for that and the D100s for the hunger dice.
Would Uncanny Grip give me any sort of advantage, or is there time to use that? I mean, it's already active.
It's active for an entire scene, and you need a rouse check to activate it.
If it takes a moment to activate, then I wouldn't have time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that you wouldn't have it active, unfortunately.
Okay, then I'll just use my regular 6 dice.
One
One
success.
success.
I got 2 successes.
For anybody that wants a dice roller, there is one in the chat.
Ah!
5
Uh,
successes.
Jesus.
Okay.
This reminds me of when I
What
was
was
through.
Embers?
Two successes.
Y'all remember
You-
the Blitz? This is like the Blitz, man.
You guys
Not
do
having
hang
another
on.
blitz.
It is kind of close for those with 1 success, but you do manage to hold on. And for a second, you kind of all freeze, just waiting. And then you hear the gunfire even louder this time, and
Right.
perhaps closer, partially because you guys are just closer to the ground floor.
Is there a car park underneath?
Is there, Vex? You've been
I-
there.
I have been there. I haven't been in there.
You didn't
I'm
scope
gonna
the
say-
place out?
I would assume
There's
probably,
usually car parks.
Yeah, I'll say there
probably
is.
There's probably
if not,
a
if
loop
not
connection
there.
nearby.
Yeah, granted, like it's UK. They are really strange, actually, with
That's
their
true,
parking
yeah.
stuff. Usually, I'm assuming. Actually, I can probably look this up, Kat.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a relatively new building, they probably wouldn't have the space to build a brand new car park. So most
There-
likely
Well, you
wouldn't
boiled
be-
under it usually.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
As
yeah.
opposed to the land bridge that goes over to a parking lot. That-
There
That's
is
also
not
true.
there is not parking in the shard. It is around the shard.
Okay,
What
so
about like
no,
a
kind of what I
connection to the
figured.
underground?
there
it
is
does
a
not.
connection
there?
relatively close.
Close. It's not at one. You have to go a walk.
Hmm.
So what do you guys want to do?
I guess we keep going down, right?
You have to keep going down. You have to get out of here somehow.
The fighting is
Um,
above, we go below.
You get down to the floor of this elevator that is just absolutely covered in refuse and garbage and
Oh shit, my flash drive.
fuck you, Kevin.
I hope there's not a lot of magic tricks on that.
Ah, no,
It
but-
happened to me. I lost a
Um,
flash drive in an elevator shaft one time and I never got it back.
Oh,
Aw.
is that a Randy Pitchford joke
It
for the magic
was.
tricks on the? Perfect. I'm glad I got it.
So, quick question.
Mhm.
What? Okay, I'll just say this bluntly. I'm assuming, being the Malkavian seer, I'm assuming you'll tell me anytime I hear voices that would give me any type of particular information, or do I have to concentrate on that kind of?
So there's two different things. There's the Malkavian madness. That's something that you RP on your own. That's something that it depends on how your interpretation of that is. The powers that you have from aspects of premonition, I will tell you if you get a premonition. If you are like, okay, I want a hint of how this is going to go or where to go from here or some kind of clue, you can ask me and you can roll to force a premonition.
Okay, in this current situation, I kind of want to do that, at least
Okay.
to get my chops in, as it were.
Hell yeah. So there is you should choose a particular subject that you want to focus on. So like focus on yourselves, where you're trying to go, your haven, perhaps the coterie member that you're not with, or your goal on the outside. What do you want to focus on?
I was kind of wanting to focus on. Well, I guess I can't focus on the guys shooting everybody because I've not seen them and I can't get eyes on them.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay,
You
considering
have seen the bottom floor of this place, so you could try and focus on like that entrance area.
more specifically Davies, because he was supposed to be there and went into hiding before all of this started. So if he's got a good place to be right now that's away from all of the danger, that's what I'd want to focus on.
Okay.
And I have the perfect way to play this out if it works.
All right. So I need you to make a rouse check. So just 1d10 and let me know if you get a success or a fail.
Does it need to be the blood die or?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. 9.
Okay. So your hunger does not increase. And then to actually make the vision happen, I need you to roll resolve plus whatever your auspex score is. I believe it's 2.
Resolve. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. And you said my auspex?
Mhm.
Yes, it is 2. And this one needs to be one of the blood die, yes?
Correct.
Hang on, before you roll it, Kevin, remind me, this is one of those ones where you guys get to roll an extra dice because it's activating a power.
If your blood potency is of the right amount, yes.
I believe all of your blood potency is at 2.
Yes, I believe so.
So Luke, this is not a thing that our characters will experience anytime soon.
Adrian has
but-
blood potency too, I think.
Yeah, because
Yes.
he's a fucking diablerizing dick. You guys, whenever you roll to activate a power, occasionally you can add your power bonus, which for all of you should be +1. So whatever for you, Sage, you would be rolling your resolve +2 for auspex +1 because of your blood potency.
Extra 1. And you said 10s equal 2 successes?
If you get 2 10s, that means you get 2 extra successes.
Okay.
1 10 doesn't do anything, unfortunately, other than be a success.
So that's 8 successes?
Holy shit. Okay.
2 10s,
Wow.
2 7s, and 8 and a 6.
Jesus.
Nice.
You got like the brain of a god.
So you focus in, and at first you're a little confused because you're seeing him standing around and nothing's happening. And you're like, okay, fuck. This is not the right time for a hallucination or a bad trip or whatever the fuck this is. And then you realize that you haven't arrived yet. He was still waiting for you at this point. You're seeing much further back. You see things sort of zoom by, things become blurry, and you see yourself pass by him, go inside. And then time zooms by a bit more as he's sort of just standing there on his phone, very bored. And then he starts to like look around. And you see that he is looking at the fact that all of the streets surrounding the like the crossroads coming to this building are being blocked off by police cars. And then a few seconds later, there is a collection of several vans that move in very quickly, and he, being the criminal mind that he is, immediately hides. He is not seen, at least not immediately. He sees a group of people go He sees a group of people go into the building, and then he sort of sneaks around to the other side towards the back, knowing that there is a back entrance to this building. And as he does, he sees a individual that Savage does recognize, being dragged out of the building by these men in heavy tactical gear with large guns. And you're pretty sure that that's Izzy, before she's thrown into the back of a van that then peels off, and the entire front of this front area is just swarmed by men in tactical gear carrying heavy weapons, and their guns don't look like standard normal military guns. It's like shotguns and strange ones that he's never seen before, and definitely Savage hasn't seen, at least not often. And you see that he is currently still hunkered down, hiding in that alley. And that's when your vision ends.
Okay.
So, meanwhile, the rest of you hear you're now at that ground floor. The elevator door is closed, and there is chaos outside. What do you want to do?
I first want to let the group know, as soon as that vision ends, some of the information that I got. But this is what I wanted to paraphrase, considering the Malkavian madness.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to respond. God, I feel so stupid saying this out loud. It was better in my head. Everybody hears Savage say, "The siren songs of the guns are screaming. Both entrances are blocked. Izzy's been taken away in a van. These guys aren't our normal SWAT. If you've got a good plan, now's the time to start."
Wait, we're getting swatted?
No, worse than SWAT. These aren't regular stuff.
So we should avoid them this time.
Savage, you've heard of people like this, of hunters. You hadn't actually encountered any here. On the last time that you were stateside for a while, you had an encounter with a organization that wielded fire, knowing exactly what it can do to kindred.
Oh, damn, more hunters.
I don't suggest we walk out the front door then.
Perhaps a basement path.
I mean, we could try and find a service tunnel. It might lead us to the tube.
Mm-hmm. If we get there, we can be safe.
Need to get her. Need to get my sister.
We need to get out of here first.
Does the elevator shaft go to like sub-levels? I would say we would try to get below the floor, or below the ground level if possible.
I'll say that the elevator that you guys are in, there is not. However, you guys would know that there is, not that far from there, what looked like a supply closet that probably leads to a basement storage area. Well, not basement, not a closet, but like a small area where they keep cleaning supplies and that sort of thing.
Maintenance area.
There we go. That's the word I was going for.
Service area.
Service area. Yeah.
Because you guys did take the service elevator, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we can go that way, try to go down to the tube. Alternatively, if we sleep hidden in the shaft on top of the car, they might not find us right away.
I feel like that's
I feel like they're going to sweep every inch of this place until they've cleaned us all out.
Yeah.
Depends what they're here for. If they're just here for Izzy, maybe they'll just walk down and leave.
I mean,
based on the gunfire, it sounds
something tells
like
me if they're we're after Izzy, they've already got her. So they're after more than just that.
I mean, we just did.
The gunfire has not stopped. You hear screams of angry kindred and mortals as they scream their last.
I haven't heard this much gunfire since the occupation. I don't think we're getting out of here without taking a bullet.
BBC News.
Honestly, not a bad idea.
Kevin always reminding people, wait a minute, the internet exists.
We're not banned from using it yet. That's after this these nights.
Yeah. So let's see.
Oh wait. Yeah, no wait. They might lie. Al Jazeera.
They wouldn't know yet. They wouldn't know until later.
Wait, we
Maybe.
need the most honest news network ever.
Well,
Fox.
you're not gonna find any of those in the UK. So
Maybe we call the news and tell them that something is happening.
that is what Erasmus is thinking of doing.
So what are you doing? You're looking up to see if you're seeing anything of this on the
Yeah,
news.
First, I'm seeing if there's anything showing up. What's it?
You do see that there are reports of a sort of joint task force with MI6. Is it?
Yeah,
MI6.
MI6.
is Saege.
Well,
That's the real one.
Actually,
technically
MI6 is
the
external.
MI5. Yeah,
Yes.
the MI5 is internal.
That are apparently moving in on a group of terrorists. I'm quieter.
Yes, you are quieter.
Yeah, just your thing.
better?
I need a. Yeah, is this
Can you
better?
hear me better now?
No, still quieter than it was.
Smack it.
Any better?
See, I need a pillow like Alt has.
No,
Like can sit up in bed.
I have one right there too, and I also have a body pillow.
So I'm just like, call in, beep.
Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to.
I'm very interested to see where
Can
this
you
is
hear me
going.
now? Hear me better now?
No, you're still quiet.
You still sound very quiet for some reason.
It
And I
sounds
don't
the
think
same
it's-
to me as it did before, but
It's definitely quiet.
it's a little quiet though. Yeah.
And your things are maximized.
I mean, my actual mic thing is. I was trying to turn it up on
You're a bit louder now.
Well, yeah, because I'm looking right at it. Oh,
Maybe-
okay. No, I did manage to turn my volume up on Zoom.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry
Now
about
you're
that.
louder.
It's
You're
just
cool.
hard to hear you.
So where is Erasmus calling in?
BBC News.
Okay. BBC News. This is Sharon. How can I help you?
Thank God I'm getting a hold of somebody. My name is Carlos. I'm working in the Shard. I don't know what's going on, but there's more than just. I think the news said terrorists, but there's a lot of us non-terrorists in here, and they keep attacking.
Oh my God. Okay. I can't put you on hold. Give me 1 second. And you hear like a clicking as the phone is transferred to maybe another device, and the sound of like heavy movement as this woman is very clearly running down a hall. You hear some muffled voices and then a male voice on the phone. Sorry, you said you're in the Shard?
Yes, there were some of us working late at night, like as janitors and stuff. They didn't evacuate before they started attacking. There's bodies everywhere. I'm hearing nothing but gunshots here.
Oh, yes, they can hear. Oh my!
They're right outside.
Where are you hidden? Where are you hidden?
I don't know. It's the lights. They turn off the lights, and I try to get down the stairwell, and there are bodies everywhere. And I just ran somewhere.
Have you called 911?
Why would I call 911? They're shooting at us.
So that they don't shoot at you.
Besides, this is England. It'll be 999.
999.
You got you there.
911 wouldn't do shit. They really figured anything, depending on which scenario.
Stay low. Hide under anything that you can get cover.
How about a
And
body? There's bodies everywhere. Oh my God! I think this woman was pregnant.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's fair.
okay, that's manipulation and subterfuge if I ever heard it.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I was expecting dark, but fuck.
I will rouse the blood to gain bonuses to that.
Oh.
Pass.
There's not an actual dead pregnant woman as far as we've seen.
No, but the fact that he came
Yeah.
up with it, I mean,
That's not a
I need to
surprise,
lower
it's
my
Kev.
expectations a little bit.
So the thing that Kevin is doing is called rousing the blood. And is that the blood surge or
Yes, blood surge.
Okay. What he is
Blood
doing is he rolls a rouse check to see if his hunger increases.
Does
Aroused.
not.
And then for one check, he gets to add whatever his blood surge dice is. For all of you, should be +2 dice to a singular roll.
And I got 3 successes.
Okay. they seem to be buying it very much and are telling you hear voices now of somebody else is on the phone with emergency services who are trying to get in touch with the police to let them know that somebody is, you said, in the elevator shaft.
No, I did not say where we're
Oh,
going.
They
okay.
He
didn't-
said he doesn't know where
Oh, okay.
I said we
because they
went down
turned
the
off the lights.
and I went
Yeah,
down
he
the
went down the
stairwell and
stairs.
lost.
And they're trying to figure out where you are. So that's what Erasmus is doing. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Staying quiet so don't fuck that up.
Are we at the bottom of the shaft or on top of the box?
You're at the bottom of the shaft. The box is I think it was above you where you guys were.
Yeah, it was I guess a few floors up.
Lizzie is kind of standing at the side of the door, just watching, just to be safe, and also every so often, kind of like, just kind of keeping her ear out, kind of thing.
Okay. I will say that sort of it's not perfectly sealed. You can see light through there, and you can see muzzle flashes and bodies moving and sprays of what are you're not sure whether it's mortal blood or vitae or what, but it is a bloodbath out there. And
So going out
you
there would be
guys can
bad right
all
now.
smell just death and blood.
Actually, while we're kind of waiting here, Lizzie is gonna climb back up the shaft and check on the floor above where we are on.
Okay.
Is there the same amount of like muzzle flashes and such?
It does seem slightly less. You do hear it. It sounds more like individuals, like
More or less, sounds like people dropping. It sounds less people firing and more people putting an end to the survivors.
Murder walker.
All right. Yeah. Double tapping.
yeah, somebody going through and systematically clearing rooms.
All right. Then, yeah, Lizzie will kind of look to the others and just kind of wave over and just kind of as quietly as you can, just go, quieter up here. You can go through. You can at least get
To
the
what?
better. When we move, everyone's there. Everyone's down there. If we go up here, at least we'll have some time before they see us.
Idea.
If you
Yes?
want, one of you. Sorry, go ahead. Idea first.
This is actually something I'd thought of a little bit earlier, but we were moving progressively towards Erasmus's idea. If we're on the first floor, if we can't be spotted, we can head to one of the windows, check to make sure it's clear, and have less of a drop. And we can try to land on vehicles, on dumpsters, on anything that's above ground to stop from taking too much, if any, damage, and just drop from the windows and try and...
That is actually kind of what Lizzie is coming up with. We can't go first floor. Second floor is quieter. That's kind of why she was like, we can go up the second floor, we don't have to go off the first floor because that's where everything is happening.
I'd have said it earlier then. I apologize.
It's all no. That's what she just said. Like, I just said that. You're
If
good. You're good.
any of you have it, you can roll wits plus firearms to try and determine how many shooters might be on the second floor.
All right.
Also, real quick, I just realized that I couldn't have sent a message to Elizabeth. I didn't
I
notice
realized
the
that,
archaic.
and I was just gonna roll with it.
It's fine. I think it's funnier if she's like, while everybody's panicking, it was just sitting there trying to fucking figure out how this stupid cell
She's
phone.
got like a
is so
Nokia.
dumb.
Nokia trying to thumb scan on it.
2 successes.
Oh god, it's just like my father texting for the first time.
Yeesh.
I got a single success.
Okay. So Erasmus and Savage, between what you know of firearms and counting.
Lizzie.
Sorry, who got 2?
I got 1. I think Savage got 2.
I got 2
Yeah.
also.
Oh, Kev got 2. Erasmus got 2 as well. I thought Erasmus was busy putting
between-
on a fucking Oscar-worthy performance.
Between the group of you, you do count that there are at least probably 4 shooters, and that they're in close proximity to each other. It's probably a team.
Oh god, it's like a team of them coming and sweeping. I just heard someone begging for their lives and they just got shot while they did it.
The woman that you were talking to, you just hear sobbing in the background.
You have traumatized this poor woman. Lizzie looks to them and just kind of looks to the others and just like kind of gives it like, this seems like our best bet.
In Die Hard, there's vents in this elevator shaft. Are there any vents in this elevator shaft?
Sure, yeah. They're not very big. It would you
and
could
also,
fit through, but it would be very
Arthur can
uncomfortable.
fit through. That's impressive.
Curse realism.
Well, I'm just wondering.
Dum,
I
dum,
can go
dum,
like
dum,
I can
dum.
hold one arm forward and one arm backwards. You can just push
So-
me, grease me up.
So,
Superman.
good
I
lord.
don't-
Well, there's
I don't
enough
think
blood
this
in
is
it.
Where's
that
the
kind of
sorry with the
party.
olive oil?
I don't think this is that kind of party, fellas.
Not
So
anymore. They shut it up.
Sorry, what's Sage trying to say?
I apologize. I wasn't trying to interrupt anybody. I was just trying
You're
to get my chance to talk in there. That does bring a question of mechanics for me. I have 2, maybe 3 things that could possibly be useful right about now, but I don't know fully how they work.
Okay,
So
what do you got?
you know my sheet, so I'll just ask this: is there any way that I can God damn it, Luke.
I'm just eating snacks.
If I can get it on that floor as quietly as possible and sneak up and try to take them out one at a time from behind, like the last one in the squad, and move my way up, or am I able to somehow cloak our entire party to at least give us an advantage on any type of stealth or movement without with or without initiating combat?
So most kindred powers, they typically only work on you. So like Cloak of Shadows, Unseen Passage, that only affects you.
Yeah,
You
need
could
level 5 Cloak of
potentially
Gathering.
sneak up on the group of them and kill one of them before they have any the wiser. But especially if these guys are what you're thinking they are and they're trained to deal with vampires, they're going to catch on pretty quickly. So you're probably going to want to get out of Dodge fast plan
That
or maybe back up.
okay.
But you
that
could
is-
easily take out at least one of them unnoticed.
Okay, that is kind of my plan. So I'm going to give everybody a quick heads up of what I plan on doing, and then try to initiate if everybody's in agreement.
Lizzie, when you say it, Lizzie, I can follow you.
Okay.
I got you back.
Which one works? I mean, I'm assuming the second one works better, the unseen passage.
So Cloak of Shadows is the one that you remain completely still and silent, and that one tells you how the rules work. Unseen Passage costs a rouse check, but you can move around while you're doing it. But like anything you say, anything by like stabbing someone or doing something, you would probably gather enough notice to break it. But you can at least get the kill in before it's over.
Okay, then I would want to use the unseen passage because that's definitely what I want to go for, and I'll give you the specifics just to see if I can pull it off.
Okay.
The plan is, as much of a knife fighter as this guy is, the first thing I want to do is get up behind him, immediately try to, well, how to phrase this? I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. Use the knife to gouge the voice box so that he can't say anything in the same movement that I'm pulling him back and hopefully around a corner as quickly and quietly as possible without hopefully alerting anybody else in the same.
I'm assuming, though, I'll say this: if they're an actual squad, they're definitely not they're definitely not in a line. They're definitely at least in a box.
They're probably all watching backs.
Yeah, they definitely it's one of those we can probably get the stealth check. We will not be able to get all of them. We will not be able to chain kill them like we're playing a stealth game.
No, but if I can at least take the first one down while he's,
you can at least try, yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Lizzie has already said she will follow you and can take out one. She is pretty damn good at stealth too.
I can stand ready in case it's not stealth time, and then I can charge in and body
Arthur,
rush them.
I am good at hiding if I am standing still and making no noise at all.
I am here.
If it's time for combat, it's time for Arthur.
or Drax, I guess.
Okay, so go ahead and Savage, since you're leading this, go ahead and roll your rouse check first. Let me know if you get a 5 or lower.
Is it just one die?
Just one dice.
One
Rouse check is always just one die.
Using my red. So 10.
Okay, so you do not gain more hunger. And
You have become more roused.
I need you to roll wits plus stealth. as you attempt to sneak up on them.
I thought
One-
stealth would be Dex's stealth.
Not always.
True. Do
So
you want me to roll as well, Cat, too? Because I'm accompanying Savage.
I'm gonna have him resolve his first. Just
Okay. Yeah. All right.
am I doing anything for the unseen passage part or just the wits and stealth?
The unseen passage is what basically lets you do it without being noticed immediately. Because you guys, you're not, you don't have a ton of cover. You're in like an office building, and this area, this office floor is less of like the really fancy places, and it's very much more like cubicle hell.
If it's cubicle hell, that would be a hell of a lot more cover then. Even in-
It's more cover, but it's made of cardboard, and the area where they're walking isn't necessarily
That's fair. Okay, and one of these has to be the blood die.
correct.
Hunger dice, yes.
Okay. Just trying to make sure I get them all right. I love this blood die. Blood die got a 10, and I got 3 other successes on top of that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So you needed 3 successes. You do manage to sneak up on them unnoticed. To take them out would be
There's 3 different options. If you want it to be relatively quick, you can do the
Yeah.
one row option, I think it's called.
which
One
one
roll.
is that?
Basically you assign a difficulty, and if they meet or beat the difficulty, they just take the person out. If it's like a weenie median kind of person where you just doesn't. If you wanted more conflict, you can use the standard one where it's all opposing stuff.
Mhm.
Or we can go with super advanced, but I normally reserve that for big battles which you guys haven't encountered yet.
So go ahead and, at least for this one, since this is the first guy, roll, I would say either it's a light weapon, so dex and melee.
It's page 298 for the slightly more advanced combat rules if you're interested in those, Katrina.
Thank you.
Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. 110.
All right.
Nice. Okay. So, oh boy. Okay. So,
Crunch.
and I don't think you have any powers that increase your damage, do you? do not.
No.
So, I will say, yeah, you stab him through the throat and drag him back. He's not dead yet. He is bleeding out, and all of you can smell it, along with the fear and chaos
Frenzy rolls.
going on.
So that does beg.
Yeah,
Wait.
frenzy rolls.
Oh, frenzy roll? Because I was actually going to try to feed on him too.
So I'm gonna say we'll do frenzy roll
Well,
first to see how everyone
hold on.
reacts. And
On the GM screen, look at it. There's frenzy with the blood. It's a threshold. I think we might be under it.
okay. Sight of an open wound or overpowering smell of blood while at hunger 4. Anybody at hunger 4?
Okay.
Okay. You are not quite there yet.
It'd be like, hold on, Janice.
Though Savage, at this point, you can indeed feed on him.
And that's what I do.
So typically feeding on a human, if you would like to, if you don't want to kill them, then you remain at hunger 1. If you do not care, because what hunger are you currently at?
1.
Okay, you can get that to 0 if you want to completely drain him.
Considering the amount of bodies that have already been dropped of kindred, yeah, he's drained.
Okay. Lizzie, what would you like to do?
Well, I am going to go up behind the other one in the back. And then her goal is, unlike Savage, she does not have a weapon. She's just going to tear his throat out with her bare hands.
And are you being stealthy or
Yes.
quick?
Stealthy. I
Okay.
have damn good stealth.
So you're not using any powers, just sneaky sneak.
Yep, I'm a sneaky.
Okay. So that would be, I would say, Dex plus stealth.
Hey. Ooh, That is 1, 2. You said for a crit, it's 2 successes?
If you get 2 10s,
Yep,
then it
it's
counts as
2
4.
So it counts as 4 successes.
And if it's a tens on the hunger dice, let us know.
It is a 10s on the hunger dice.
That is
but-
a
and-
messy critical.
So I got 6 successes, one of which was a 10 is on the messy critical. Oh boy, I cannot wait to see what happens here.
All right, messy, messy, messy. This is one of the first ones of these we got too.
Whoop
Yeah.
whoop! It's a bloody good time.
Wait. It's
Critical win with 1 or more tens appears as hunger dice. It's messy crit, yeah.
I'm just looking at the
Yeah, more. If it was me, I would describe it as you just roaring and ripping as like a savage beast. All stealth is gone, and that person is just like blood
Screaming.
mess and just you like ripping rib cage.
Shredded.
that makes
But-
sense to me, yeah.
But that would be like the other guys in the group are all like probably like, holy fuck, somebody's eating our friend Jake.
They sure are. So
There you go. Now we can fight. Now Arthur gets to play.
Yeah.
they are aware of you now.
Well, at least of
is,
me.
Is Lizzie going to completely rend this poor idiot to shreds?
Oh fuck yeah.
Arthur, what would you like to do?
He's
I
gonna
like-
be
And probably also
To
needs a
charge
sting.
at this guy.
Mhm.
And I can use my soaring leap to like jump and tackle him.
Okay.
just flying drop kick.
I will say I think you can combine those.
Combine what?
Soaring leap.
Yeah, that gives me like a 9 meter.
Yeah, just a natural. That's just a natural thing
Oh, I
you can
can-
do.
Yeah, I can jump 15
Mhm.
meters horizontally.
Yeah, it's just a free thing. It's one of the level 1 abilities, so it just.
I don't know if that would be. I guess that'd probably be good to do that.
It's just a
rather than
flavor.
just-
It for right now, it'd just be more flavored thing than anything else. But
Yeah, it's like when Judge Reinhold in that Beverly Hills Cop movie is always just jumping and tackling people.
Yeah, I will say that you can go ahead and do that, and also make a attack if you would like.
Yes, I would like to use prowess.
Okay.
add
So
some damage
rouse
to that.
check, please.
Rouse check. 10.
Okay.
I know exactly what I'm doing. So I add 3 to that. Adds 3 to unarmed damage.
Correct.
So what's the attack roll then? Is it? I have
brawl
brawl grappling.
plus strength.
Okay, so that's. I'll just use the dice roller.
A handful of you may have noticed that you have what's called specialties, which is like you have brawling grapple or perform singing. If you're just doing regular punching, Arthur just rolls what his dice are. If he's trying to grapple somebody, he rolls 1 extra dice.
I noticed, Cat,
On
you
top
didn't give
of
me
normal
brawling
stuff.
grapple.
I sure as
wonder
fuck
why.
didn't.
I do have a bonus for brawl under armed mortals, and this guy has a gun. So do I get a bonus for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's about to be a disarmed mortal after you're done with him.
5 successes.
Okay. Yeah. He is slain.
You are taking account into the armor, right?
I have
Ah.
lethal body, so if it ignores 3 points of armor.
I was just saying overall, you forgot their body armor, didn't you?
This one doesn't have any armor listed.
You can give them armor. They're a SWAT team.
I can.
Not only are they a SWAT team, they're a team made to fight vampires. Apparently.
Unless our squad's just the idiots and forgot to wear their
We got
armor.
the dumbasses who didn't put the plates in.
We got the regular
This-
cops.
They sent this team to the first floor because they knew there wouldn't be anybody here.
Every time. Every
Second
time.
floor. Second floor, Luke.
Uh,
We're on
Uh,
the
I will
it's
say-
the first floor is the first one above the ground floor.
I will say these ones are
That is true in England.
more
True.
lightly armored. They're just because I'm trying to.
So they were
make
supposed to be
things easier on
quicker
everyone.
and more efficient than
Yeah.
slower and more armored.
more or less what it looks like is they were sent in not to do the fighting, but to do the finishing.
Clean
Clean up.
Finish.
Clean up
Liquidation
and-
crew.
Rooting out the rats.
Oh, they're unlucky.
Oh, he's
They're only
around
after the
now.
Nosferatu. We're fine.
Oh, we're fine.
Hey,
Oh, well, thank God.
you better watch out. There's going to be a body flying at you, and it's not going to be mine.
So, Arthur, you have sufficiently pummeled this individual to death. You'll probably bleed out soon, unless otherwise stopped or drained. Imber and Erasmus, what do you want to do?
Imber, it's your time to shine.
Oh my god!
No, it's not.
I hear them closer. I think they found us. What do I do? Oh god! Oh god!
You're the only one left, Imber. So
I was gonna say, I think at this point, like Ember's well aware that she's not gonna be much help out in the fight, so she's probably just playing along with Erasmus.
Screaming every so often.
Yeah, basically, just at this, the minute stealth went out the window, yeah, she's just like, oh God,
So
Carlos!
fucking stupid. Make a charisma plus either subterfuge or performance check.
Can I use my
oh boy,
manipulation?
I'm sure Imber is terrible at performance.
Yeah, I'm terrible at that. I don't
Do
know.
I need to make some also, or?
Yeah, make for you it would be manipulation and subterfuge.
3 successes.
God damn.
Ooh, 2 success.
At this point, the person on the phone is trying desperately to get like your name and information so
For
that
the
they can
obituary.
find- yeah, so they can find you after this. Because who the
Extra
fuck
10.
knows?
Wow.
Getting ready to write your obituary and monetize the fuck out of your death. Because it's the BBC and that's all they do.
I mean, they have no idea who they're talking to.
Carlos, I'm a minority person.
And at that point, they hang up the phone
Damn it.
because it's the BBC.
That was a nat one.
I was hoping that they wanted the bylines.
But
they are still
Wait, which part of the BBC are you? BBC One, BBC Three?
That's a good question, actually.
they are, however, still buying it hook, line, and sinker because there is chaos to back it
there
up.
is Imber helping your ass out.
There's Imber helping, and then there's also the panicked sounds of gunfire.
Other people who are actually in
The
danger.
actual 2 people that were here fucking panic. And by the way, that reminds me, one of these fucks actually survived because there were 4 of them.
I did have a next plan of action, if that matters.
Well,
too.
first,
I think he gets a turn first.
Well, what?
We all
He's gonna do it
we all
then.
3 kill him at the same time.
Well, I was going to throw one of my letter openers.
I was going to throw this corpse at him.
The corporal hammers
rip,
the dagger.
I was just gonna rip his throat out.
Did you want to do how combat normally works for non-advanced combat?
yes. How was that?
All right, so it's a bit like Star Wars, where everybody basically declares what they're doing, and it's divided between melee, like actually, and then weapon, and then ranged. And you typically would go in that order, but essentially it's a post checks. So this person rolls their stuff, and everyone rolls what you got, and you see the difference, and whoever gets the highest succeeds at their action.
Mhm.
But you because it's multiple people, you go each in order, kind of weird thing. It's a little complex when everyone's teaming up on one person comparatively.
We're giving him the JoJo treatment.
Bastard. Oh, I guess I'm the one with the wine this time.
So, of the group of you, I
Yes.
believe Lizzie's was the most brutal kill, right?
Oh yes, 'cause they got the bloody
yeah.
crit.
Yes, that's right. Cool. So actually, yeah, he has a ranged weapon. So it was melee first, right, Kevin?
Let me double check.
What page are you on, by the way?
I'm looking.
He better hope it's not melee first.
Well, you're not engaged yet. That's another.
True.
Give me a second. God dang, this book's. Sorry, it's if those.
It's all
Nice,
good.
like gas.
Yeah. Like, why is combat separated into 3 different sections?
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I'm like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Formatting.
I believe
The
Terrible
strategy is
formatting.
organization
never have
has.
combat.
I mean,
It's like grappling in Pathfinder
Okay.
or 2E. Just don't do it,
All right.
please.
So if order matters, then it's first those who are already engaged in combat, then ranged, then newly initiated physical combat.
So
If you need to break a tie, Dex plus Wits.
I'll say they were kind of close to each other. I'll say Lizzie, he is close to you.
mhm.
So if you would like to go in for melee, you can.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go for a nice punch.
But it would be the ranged first since it's newly engaged
Right.
last.
Yep, so he gets to take a shot at me.
He is going to do so.
So
And
what?
Wouldn't that mean I throw the knife first too?
Newly
you-
engaged.
Yeah.
But I'm at range.
so-
You're newly engaged.
No,
Oh.
so
Congratulations.
That's wonderful news.
I think
Okay.
so let's
so
No,
basically,
you- okay.
his attack, the guy that's shooting, his attack and yours would go off at the same time, and then Lizzie's would. So he's shooting as you're throwing the knife.
Right. Oop.
Kevin, remind me, to avoid getting shot. That would be
Nothing. Unless you have a
Oh, so-
specific celerity power, you don't
I-
really gain a bonus because you
I
can't
have
dodge bullets.
I have rapid reflexes, which I suffer no penalty for lack of cover from firearms.
So Dex and Athletics for you would need to roll.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
But if you roll that, you're not engaging combat.
Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I have faith. I'll dodge. I'll Batman the fuck out of these bullets.
What I'm saying is, if you do that, you can't attack him this round.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna
Okay.
do it. I'm not gonna get shot. That might ruin my jacket. So Dex plus Athletics.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off
You're
from
cool.
combat.
I got 3 successes.
okay. He got 5.
Jesus.
And
Ooh.
he turns the shotgun to you, and there is a flash of light. Who, if anybody, has heightened senses on right now?
Everybody but me, I think.
I have Eyes of Night. Eyes
I
of
don't
the
have
Beast, I mean. I
heightened
don't,
senses.
Oh, okay.
I'm not certain about heightened senses because I'm not sure where to look.
Okay.
is that,
It
is
would
it
be
a
under your
skill?
powers. It's
Level
an
one
aspect
yeah,
ability.
level 1 aspects.
I do not
Okay.
have that.
Oh, well, no, I didn't activate them.
Oh wow.
So all of you see a gout, well, except for Erasmus and Imber, who are having a
A
delightful
grand
time
old
in
time.
the elevator.
we use
uh,
a little bit of blood on the wall to write our lines and
Just like taking the phone away from your mouth to just laugh at each other. You guys see a gout of flame come out of this shotgun. As
Oh, that's not
Dragon's
good.
breath.
yes, it is. And I need all 3 of you. Does it say? So first, the damage. That is 3
It's a
aggravated
shotgun.
damage.
Should be more than that.
Ooh.
It's a
Mhm.
shotgun. It's the
It's
base
whatever
damage,
it is. Oh yeah,
base
okay.
damage plus the
You're right.
difference
It's
in
4.
thing.
4, because he rolled pretty garbage on the damage or the
You don't roll
the
for damage.
success. Okay. So it's what she rolled versus margin of success, right?
Yeah, the difference in success, that was like a 2.
You're
There's
right.
4
You're right.
versus 2. So 2 plus the damage from the shotgun.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Okay, so 5 aggravated damage.
Which means what?
So aggravated damage, you should have like a number of boxes.
Mhm.
For normal superficial ones, you can
Typically, what you would do is if it's superficial is 1 slash,
Yeah.
aggravated you would mark as an X.
yeah, it's weird on here because there's no way to do that easily on the PDF.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
a downside there.
So normally, I believe, so aggravated damage when you get to your max of the ones you have blacked out
Mhm.
is final death. I will say, I believe that would get you pretty much
One off
Okay.
of being dropped. Yep.
So this is 5 aggravated.
hmm
Well, to Lizzie.
Yes, just
Oh,
to
only
her.
to Lizzie. Okay. Okay.
And I need everyone to make frenzy rolls, and that is your current pool of willpower, right, Kevin?
hmm
And the difficulty is
Do
2
we add
for
our,
everyone except for Lizzie. For Lizzie, it is 3.
And then do we add our blood dice or thirst dice to this or no?
You do replace it.
Hang on.
Okay.
Wait, is there frenzy roll or frenzy check?
I don't know the difference.
What does it say on the chart? On the GM, it just says frenzy.
It just says terror frenzy difficulty.
Okay, so it's probably a roll then.
Okay, I missed something there. Everything's going too quick.
You're
Willpower plus what?
Whatever your current willpower is, it's
Right.
just that pool. So I believe you should have anywhere between like 4 and 7.
Okay, but you said plus 2 because of.
Sorry, the difficulty is 2.
Mine is 3, which I just barely passed. I
Basically,
got 3.
you need 2 successes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So I just need to.
I don't know how I managed it, but I got a messy critical.
You were lucky. You did not actually have to do it because you didn't see it.
Oh, I thought you said everyone.
Yeah.
so-
Sorry, I said everyone except for Imber and Erasmus. Because
Yeah.
you were
Oh, I
having
missed
fun.
that part.
Just seeing light from around the corner.
So
No biggie.
5
Good, I
successes
got it.
then.
Shit. Okay,
I'm so lost. I'm sorry.
you're cool.
Oh, good.
It's a bit, yeah.
I think this is the same trouble I had when I was in Kevin's first Star Wars game.
Yeah, so Star Wars and almost every game except for like D&D Pathfinder, they don't use the super structured initiative stuff. So lots of things all happen at the same time because everyone is literally rolling at the exact same
Mhm.
time.
Well, I meant the difference between the dies, the successes, the ones that were
Oh.
D6s and the ones that were D8s. I got lost real easy. So
There's
never mind.
D8s in
Please
Star
continue.
Wars.
In one of the versions.
Yeah, Fantasy Flight Games, the one it looks like it's a D8 but has different symbols on it.
It looks like
Uh,
these. These are
yeah.
the dice that you use in the FFG games.
Oh,
So, did anybody fail a frenzy roll?
nope.
Okay. That was his turn. Savage, what would you like to do? Would you like to throw a knife at this guy?
Oh yeah, I already said I was chucking one of the
Okay,
knives.
yes. So go ahead and roll. That would be Dex plus melee.
Okay, question.
Mhm.
It does say melee with a knife.
It sure does. So you roll Dex
Wait.
plus melee plus 1.
Oof.
Actually, hang on. It just occurred to me that I think throwing it might be athletics.
So you can easily just run up and stab them too.
Yeah, either one.
No, if I run up and stab him, that's a completely different scenario.
Whichever one you want to do. Throwing it would be athletics and Dex.
Okay, so athletics. So then I need to clear that, and it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 5 successes, but 2 of them are 10s.
Nice.
So
Okay.
7 successes.
Are they either 10 on the hunger dice?
1, yes.
That would be a messy critical.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's
so,
good.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'd say probably a stain.
hmm
And maybe 7 successes. If you think that's enough to kill the guy, like straight through the head.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
You basically see him whip that shotgun of dragon's breath out and react instinctively. and the knife buries itself. Or the
Letter opener.
buries itself in his forehead, and he stumbles back and collapses onto the floor.
Are you using dragon's breath rounds?
Oh my
They're
god!
not probably not actual dragon's breath. They're probably a different thing if it actually is useful.
I was gonna say, man, that's
I don't
bad for the
know.
barrel.
Point blank with dragon's breath.
Yeah, against the vampire especially too.
And Lizzie, you immediately want to stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, she immediately does. Yeah, she's like immediately stop, drops, rolls.
Oh, I hear screaming. I hear. What the? I think they're using fire.
If she's on
Oh my
fire, is there
God,
any
they
way that
have
we can help? Like, put her out?
flamethrowers. What
Oh my
kind of?
Why are they? They're burning the bodies. Here, let me take your picture.
While
Hey, don't take a
psychopathic
picture of me.
psycho- Well, I do have to ask, one, if there's any way that we can help Lizzie. Two, if the automated sprinkler system would come on, considering the person now engulfed in flames. And three, I want to take the combat knives from every single one of these folks.
Okay. Lizzie doesn't need a ton of help. It's pretty much stop, drop, and roll, and you're good.
You
So
splash
Lizzie,
blood on her.
do that, and you're fine. The sprinklers do come on, and yes, you can take. Each of them have one like standard tactical
Lindsay
knife.
might have destroyed the one when she just ripped it to shreds.
I ripped the guy's neck apart.
Oh, for
It's
God's
messy.
sake.
You
She
ripped
stored it.
all.
Just turned a knife into shrapnel.
That'd be
One of
impressive.
them might be bent when I smash.
I'll use it like a boomerang.
Yeah.
So
Captain Boomerang.
yeah.
That's a guy
Yeah, so
throw it
then-
from a distance, returns to my hand.
I
Lizzie,
want
gotta
to take one
just-
of the radios and try to listen in,
Okay.
just to hear what they're talking about.
You see Lizzie's under her breath. Motherfucker. She slowly stands up.
I can't stay on the phone. I think they know where we are. If you don't hear back from us, it means we have died by the hands of our own government.
There is just chaos on the other end of people yelling and probably a fair amount of crying and panicking. Fucking dick.
Come on, Imber. The fighting's over. We're safe.
Yeah, great.
There was a question. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Sprinklers?
Nah, that was already answered. They're
Okay.
on.
I mentioned taking a radio to see if there was any
yes.
chatter.
You hear that they are talking. You can tell or hear them talking about teams in the penthouse cleaning up and sending more teams further up as things have been getting messy. Hearing about the fact covering all entrances, making sure that no one gets out, and know that there are other teams like this one on pretty much every floor going up through here.
Are these guys wearing masks? Like balaclavas?
They're wearing baklavas
Sure.
instead.
Ooh, is that why you ate?
I just walk over. I'm like,
Okay, I'm sorry for my stupidity, but baklava is the soup?
No,
It's a dessert, I
baklava.
think.
Baklava is the dessert.
It's a dessert, yeah.
The phyllo pastry with sugar syrup.
And
It's
balaclava
layered.
is the ski mask. Okay.
Balaclava is a ski mask.
Balaclava.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know the other one existed. I just
Yep.
thought I was calling it
Baklava is
ski
so
mask and
good.
dessert
Baklava is
this whole time.
amazing.
It's cool.
oh yeah, it's nice.
It's like very
Anyway.
honey, isn't it?
So what is your plan to get out of here?
Well, we have the windows.
Wait.
My
They're
original.
gonna-
I'm going to put the bodies in the elevator shaft just so they
Oh, oh,
don't lay out in the open. Unless we have a plan.
There's a ton of
Ew.
bodies laying on them.
2 of these bodies, maybe 3, are. Wow, like who ripped a person to shreds? Really?
You just get a chuckle from Lizzie.
Who is covered in blood?
About how
Good
tall
job,
and heavy?
Lizzie.
How tall and heavy are these people?
probably not super far off from you guys. Like Arthur might have a bit of a squeeze.
We all know the plan.
Yeah, Ember's already putting on this armor.
Taking off pants of one of them.
Yeah. Ember's,
You don't have
Ember
time for
looks
this.
she looks visibly upset. I just bought this dress. Oh, God.
It'll look good.
damn
Put it on the corpse that's less bloody.
Put it in a duffel and carry it with you.
it. She's already.
I mean, I
Put
don't
on the
care.
skirt, put on the pants, put on the clothes on top of the dress. You're still wearing the dress. You can move with it. Now hurry up.
I'm already in the tactical gear.
I wouldn't call a dress tactical, but
I'm
So-
wearing the no. She put on the dude's armor. And
Oh, this guy threw up when you killed his friend. Oh,
shit. Sucks to be you.
good thing I don't need to breathe.
Yeah, like Ember's fully kitted out. She grabs the shotgun too. Like, oh, I guess we're gonna go with the look. I mean, yeah, good one. We could always walk Arthur out if they captured Izzy. Then we
can I
could
put
act
20
like we're
bucks on
capturing
Erasmus
him.
blowing his face off with that shotgun?
I've been dueling most of my life. I know how to use a shotgun.
I've been dueling most of my life. He goes and stabs someone with the shotgun.
How about
Like
you?
a
Oh,
fucking
man.
rapier.
Fucking flintlocks.
I've been dueling was a very popular thing. Half of you know that.
Yes, Lizzie definitely knows that, considering she's the oldest in the group.
I mean, I think the only one of us that isn't gonna walk out of here wearing this stuff is Arthur here, but we can act like we're arresting him.
Well,
Yeah, do a
something tells-
Chewbacca on me.
well, there's only two of us are going to be out here, and something tells me they're not taking prisoners now.
Well,
The shotgun
No.
says otherwise. You can hear Lizzie say very angrily.
Well, what I was thinking is Arthur can still try to squeeze in the outfit a little. We could cut a little bit of fleshy off. He'll just regrow that a little bit later.
Well,
And
there's
have
five.
it-
There's 5 of us and 4 enemy bodies.
3.
Because she
Three.
ripped the
Because
other
she
one
I
did maul
shredded
one
one.
of them. Yeah.
But
No,
Um,
hold on.
Savage can obfuscate so no one sees him walk out.
And
and
I
what-
can just go through the window.
if I stand still and you put me on like a gurney or a cart, then I'll be invisible.
Let's just get the clothes on. Let's go.
As long as I'm not moving.
I
that's what
don't think
matters,
you
right?
should try. My point is, I don't think we should try jumping through the window. They're gonna have this place locked down tight at this point.
I mean, if we can just walk out the front door like this, that's even better.
Lizzie,
yeah,
look,
that's fine.
there are 3 costumes and 5 of us.
Savage
have-
can Savage can obfuscate. Idea. Hey, boss, are we taking prisoners still?
I don't know. They're like stupid and young and weak.
We captured them. What do you think?
Valid. As long as they're not a threat, shoot them in the head if you need to.
Copy.
We need all the information we can get.
All right, I forgot my radio protocol. Over.
Make a
That's
make
why they
a,
gave you the fake armor.
subterfuge.
They didn't even give you actual guns. They just gave you the super soakers.
Could I do persuasion oratory? I mean, performance oratory?
No, this is manipulation and subterfuge, dude.
Good try,
All
Kev.
right.
Good try.
Gonna try to rouse blood. Okay, 16 on that. Guess I don't have subterfuge.
Well, let me do it.
Oh yeah, someone else wanted to do that plan. Oh man, I
I'll-
dropped my dice.
I'll do it. I'll do that.
Go for it.
I have crazy subterfuge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Surprisingly,
four-
I have a 1 in subterfuge. So
Breaker. Is Smokey covering the convoy, please?
3 successes.
They seem to be buying it.
All right, so 3 of us, disguised, capture the 1, Savage obfuscate, walk out the front door, walk a block or 2 away, go find Lizzie, call it
You'll
a
know-
night.
Izzy.
Lizzie,
We
we
have
can
to find Izzy.
we can steal their car. I can get us out of here quick.
Maybe we use one of the smaller side doors where there's less people.
Probably a good idea.
Savage. if
Oh
you
look,
could,
they
A,
even have
check
the little
your
masks.
Yeah, I got it.
check the DMs, and then also if you're going to do unseen passage, I need a rouse check.
And Lizzie will walk over to Imber and just hands behind back and offer them to her.
Yep.
He was saying Cloak of Shadows. Would that not be better in this situation than
Uh,
Unseen
so
Passage?
Unseen
Cloak of-
allows you to move. Yeah.
Yeah, Cloak of Shadows basically is the thing that lets you go invisible. Unseen Passage lets you use Cloak of Shadows while you're moving.
I get the names confused sometimes. That's
Just now
Ooh.
realized there's an extra page with all the definitions on.
I'm sorry, fam.
I am so sorry.
You're cool.
Yeah. So. Rouse
Or
check,
zip
one-
ties.
1d10.
They probably get zip ties for this.
Yeah, no, they'd use zip ties for sure. Wait, when does this happen?
2012.
2012.
2012.
Yeah,
the
zip
year
ties.
of. I can't remember what movies came out.
There's the year
So-
Marshall Man died to save us from the apocalypse.
That was the year I got my first apartment.
It's gonna be genuinely funny if the one of them's like, "Hey, didn't we already capture this one?" As they bring Lizzie back through.
So it was a 9 on that die.
On the rouse check?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Hunger does not go up. I will say it's a decent enough plan. You guys can make it out of there. Going out the side door, you can make your way to one of the nearby vans where a group of individual holds the door open for you.
And sorry.
To throw her in the back.
Yeah, Emma just shoves Lizzie in the back.
Lizzie, to
Like-
sell this, and out of a bit of spite, spits blood at one of them.
You can. I was gonna say before we walked out, Ember probably would have like leaned in a little closer and been like, "Sorry about this, darling. I'm gonna have to get a little rough."
While I'm, well, I guess after I get in the car, I can text. I forgot his name. Crap. Davies. I could text Davies to let him know of the clear passage from the side alley out of there.
So I will say, because you got into one of their vans, you guys do have a way out of the roadblocks here. However, Lizzie, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
wait until you get out of the back of the van, because it's got one of the ones where there's the cage between the cargo area.
More or
and
less.
the-
She's like, just get us out of the thing, and then I can take
Yeah.
the wheels.
As we're going, I'm like, who knows how to drive? I haven't driven a horseless carriage in years.
Lizzie's like, just drive us out of here, and then I
I
can.
can drive, for God's sake.
Drive him
car-
like Onyx.
Now, the best part about this, the car starts driving itself as I'm
you're
in
like-
the driver's seat.
You're like-
Ghost riding the whip. And also from the back, if you guys are paying any attention, from the back, you just hear Lizzie going, "Motherfucking queen,
I'm just
fucking rip her in half."
technically, I don't think that wouldn't work. And also, you have Ghost in the machine. So if a speeding camera catches you, there's no one in the driver's seat.
So, unseen passage. If something is very obvious, it breaks it instantly. So,
Yeah,
a driving car that shouldn't be a driving
you might
car.
want to just hop in the back with Lizzie.
I can.
Yes.
I legitimately can drive. So,
Yeah. Imber can drive, and then once we get out of the roadblock, you can let Lizzie out, and she can drive
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
because Lizzie can drive.
Okay.
And where would you like to go?
Well, I have an idea.
I have an idea too, but what's your idea?
I don't
Well-
have any ideas.
Considering I know the branch office for the closest SI base of operations, I think they would have taken Izzy there.
Well, do we want to go and get Lizzie or Izzy right away, or do we want to go and recoup first?
You don't want to waste time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but you are a crispy critter back there.
You just hear it's like you hear the sound of Lizzie just running her fingers along the fucking metal and just scratching at that.
Question: would the cooking and meat rouse any of us?
Not really.
Okay.
Most of you are
It's
old
not
enough
much meat.
that you can't really consume food unless you use a technique called Blush of Life, and even then, it pretty much only lets you keep it down for a couple of hours at most
Yeah,
before you end up
like-
having to puke.
We don't eat.
Yeah.
I just
They-
more for the smell than anything, but okay.
No, there's like the
We don't breathe.
as yeah, and as old as we are, like even if we did breathe, the smell of cooking meat wouldn't bother us at all.
Apologies. I guess I'm not as brushed up on my.
No,
Mustard as I thought it
vampires in the Masquerade are kind of weird. Like they play on a lot of tropes of other vampire lore, but they have their own mythology.
That's just something you pick up as you play. That's the only real way, unless you want to read hundreds of books.
Mm-hmm. Like
Uh,
I only know as much as I do because I listen to like shit tons of podcasts.
Podcast.
Have I made mention of my hatred of trial by fires when it comes to games of any kind? Anyways, continue.
Well,
So-
anyway, my suggestion is like I could, if we need at least to get you back up to not being so chawed, we could I could call in a favor and get a vessel for you if you need one.
That'd
But
be
tonight-
appreciated.
The burns, that's just going to take time.
Well, sure, but at least get her to full strength so she's not gonna die.
That's day rest
so-
there.
So for healing, there's basically
that
two
is day
different
rest,
kinds
yeah.
of damage in Vampire the Masquerade. There's aggravated.
Yeah,
and,
she got fuck. She
I
got aggravated.
superficial.
Yeah, she got
aggravated-
aggravated.
Aggravated damage heals when you go into day rest and you wake up the next evening. You make a roll, and that determines whether or not you can heal 1 point of it. There's a reason
Fuck, I
that
forgot
fire
about
is incredibly deadly.
There
to
is
kindred.
a way, as far as I'm reading here, there is a way you can convert some of it into superficial from aggravated. It's literally aggravated health damage in healing. It says for mortal, a character with medicine can convert aggravated damage on the health. I guess that's mortals though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, so
forgot
I
I forgot it was aggravated. That's my bad.
Yeah. I took a shotgun shot, so I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
We just have to go
All right. Yeah. Well,
and hope I don't get shot again.
All right. Well, Lee, I guess take us to the base.
What-
I mean, me and Erasmus are disguised. We could probably walk in and say that we got orders for transfer or something.
All fails. You can just bring me in.
That too.
Savage, you know that the area where this sort of headquarters that they have going is in a partially like condemned but recently bought building that you had kind of been keeping an eye on just because it's a really good place for shady things to go down. It is basically a huge warehouse called Smithfield General Market. It is a massive, almost airplane hangar sized structure that has various different levels and things. And that's where they're currently hanging out, at least. But no one, it's not public. They probably bought it under the cover of another company.
Yeah, I was going to renovate that place, make it a club, probably a front for something. Probably something with dogs. Nobody? Okay, I'll shut up.
Well, I
Dogs?
laughed.
Demon dogs?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Oh.
I'm like, I didn't think you were really going into like predator territory with this character, but okay.
No. That was the entire joke
Okay.
behind it. Especially as
Um,
bought out beforehand.
When you mentioned the name, author, you've heard of this place, and you're pretty sure that there are some tunnels that lead from the tube to the tunnels underneath that area. Under that.
Oh, well then I would say that I know a way we can get in where they can't see us. Underground.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's fair.
If you're convinced, we
No,
could just
no,
walk in and they
the
won't.
tube is the trains.
Yeah, the tube is train.
Sorry.
It's kind of a sewer if you think
Okay.
about it.
I put it into Zoom chat because I didn't want to ask the question and derail us even further.
It's all good.
Is that a pun?
Well, it depends.
So do we
too.
want to use the tube or?
It depends too, real quick, Sage, because some people refer to it as the tube and other people refer to it as the underground. So
Yeah.
So-
It's referred to as London Underground, but also the tube.
Effectively, the ability that author has, though, it works for both the tube, the underground, the sewers, pretty much anything that's under street level. He knows it well.
I mean,
I can talk my way in just fine, but if you think it's to get all of us in without having to bring Lizzie in and zip ties, I'm pretty sure it's going to be easier to just sneak in from the underground.
Yeah.
We don't
and
have
safer.
IDs that match our faces.
That's also true. Although they didn't bother checking when we got to the van, so
Masks.
Well, we don't know any passcodes. We don't know any special words. We don't
You
know people's
also know that
names.
there were no other kindred that made it out. If there had been, you probably would have seen it.
I got a small idea. Distraction. All right, I will distract them at the door while the rest of you go underneath. Hopefully, the distraction will keep them at bay.
I just had a suggestion. I thought I'd add to this that we can just put a brick on the gas and just send it at the front door.
I mean, if we want to alert the whole facility and possibly get Izzy executed immediately, then yes.
True.
But I got an idea.
Good. What is it?
I'm going to
ahead.
go up, pretend like I'm buying the place or that I already own the deed and everything, and start an issue at the front door. It will distract them while the rest of you sneak underground, up and through.
Here, I thought you were going to try to traumatize another BBC employee.
Oh, I have one
That's-
BBC a night.
That's the second. That's the
This is
second.
Sky.
What you do in your own time is what you do on your own time.
Now tonight I'm going to call. Next I'm going to call Skynet. Where
Oh God.
Skynet?
No, I think they
Yeah.
have a TV station called Sky or something.
Sky. Yeah.
It's different
like-
than Skynet.
Yes, no, it's Sky Media.
Sky, yeah.
They own a shit ton of thing.
So I take my one outfit off, put the other one back on because I bulky. Like, okay, so I'm gonna go try to distract them.
When did you get the tattoo on your ass?
That's a birthmark, man.
It's just the tattoo is the perfect shape of Texas somehow.
Texas.
All right. Then yeah, Lizzie will kind of just like sigh, like, all right, let's get going then.
Ooh, another idea. While we're making the journey, I want to focus on Izzy.
Oh, okay.
Real quick before you do that, since I assume at some point we switch spots between Lizzie and Imber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Imber will kind of like just motion to one of your knives there, Savage, and just be like, "Can I have one?"
You can have one.
Thank you.
And it like holds on to it for just a second, so you have to tug a little bit harder to get the knife out of his hand.
I assume this happened. That exchange happens when Lizzie needs to be let out of the zip ties.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I was thinking. Is it like, I mean, I assume most of us have played Reach here. It's that thing with Cat with Emil.
Yeah.
It like takes it and cuts her zip ties and then hands it back. Thank you for sharing.
I will call my retainer to come with his car.
Okay.
I would need his help.
He takes longer than he normally does to get to where you are, especially because he should have been parked relatively nearby. He does apologize. Apologies, sir. The entire area is shut down. How many resources does Erasmus have?
3.
I actually had to ditch the car and have somebody else from home base bring one around. So it won't be quite the favorite one, but
Just as long as it's not the one with the zebra stripes.
it's not the one with the zebra stripes, sir. I would never be seen dead in the
Oh,
one
no.
with the zebra stripes.
Oh no, they dumped your Reliant Robin.
So yeah, I'll distract them. Y'all do your thing since y'all seem to be a lot better at fisticuffs.
No
Nice
one's
data.
The only
used that
cuffs I care
pose.
about.
Nobody's used that pose in about 100 years.
No,
I used that last week.
non-ironically.
It's because boxing was different back in the day, and this was actually a better stance. Nowadays, you box like this because you box differently.
Yes.
So, Savage, go ahead and give me a rouse check.
Rousing game we've got ourselves into.
Mm-hmm.
7.
And resolve plus aspects plus 1.
Solve. Aspects plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
So, you focus in on her, and for a second, you are terrified because you see her sitting in a chair just completely covered in blood and burns. And then you see that she's actually wearing what Lizzie was wearing earlier. And the vision shifts and you see her there, bruised and beaten and bloodied. But you don't see a stake. Her head's still on her shoulders. She's not burned, so chances are she's still alive, or maybe in torpor at the absolute worst. And as you're sort of focusing, you see it shift and see. Let's see. The current plan was, what was it again? Erasmus is making a distraction. And you guys are sneaking in.
Yes.
Yeah, from the basement.
Okay. Focusing in, you see that she's alive. You see her sort of wake and look around. And then she moves strangely as if her hands are pulled behind her, and you realize that you're seeing what happened to her in reverse as she's put into the chair, and see her walking sort of backwards in out of this room, which is basically a darkened room on a second level area. So you're marched up a set of stairs and through this open area. Actually, I'll send you a picture of what this place looks like, because
Ooh.
this would give you a good idea of what it looks like. And you can see that on the catwalks there are gunmen positioned pretty evenly. This entire place is covered. The floor area is not the dirt floor that was there the last time you tried to scope this place out and buy it. It is covered in tables with computers and communication sets and weapon arrays and all manner of different things. Well, weapon caches of guns and stuff. But you see where she's at, and you can see where the majority of the combatants are.
That's a lot of people. Well, as far as the wind tells, she's breathing. Well, that's a bad example.
She's not beheaded or burned, and there's no stake, so.
I'm trying to figure out how I would say this
Yeah.
to the group because, psychopath.
It's also one of those things of like a vampire, if they're not moving, they're pretty indistinguishable from a corpse. Then again, Izzy is old enough that she might. Well, no, because if as long as, yeah, she would just look like a corpse if she was dead, unless it was dead by some particular method. But as far as you can tell, she is alive.
Okay. So the response is more along the lines of the wind says there's a lot of leaves on the plant, but the root we're looking for is still there. Doesn't look like it's been pulled.
Good. Let's go.
Is it all humans? Maybe we could try something that's bad for humans and good for kindred.
Let's just try to keep this quiet. I don't want them getting jumpy.
So, Erasmus, you wanted to catch up with your driver and pull up to the front of this place while the others snuck into the tunnels, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to have Erasmus. I need you to make a.
Well, I
I'll-
did do a rouse thing to blush of life.
Oh, okay, good. I'll let you describe how you're planning on pulling this off until I discover what dice pulls. In the meantime, the rest of you guys can do I would say, let's see. I believe, yeah, this would be wits plus stealth. For the rest of you that are sneaking along.
This be considered a break-in?
Yeah, sure.
I would say it technically is a break-in.
Yeah.
That means I get an extra +1.
4 successes. I got all 4 successes there.
Nice.
Wow.
3.
Holy crap.
Imber,
One
you
success.
Hmm?
One success.
Okay. I'll say, Imber, you're not entirely sure exactly where you're going, but with Arthur's help, knowing these tunnels as well as he does, you do manage to make it through relatively unscathed and without making too much of a clatter.
At least you removed the heels, the stilettos.
Well, I was gonna say she's still wearing like the tactical get up because she's like, I'm not bringing my dress down here.
I mean, we're in the tubes. It's not like we're in the sewers.
I don't care.
So Erasmus, you pull up in front of this place. What would you like to do?
So me and my manservant.
Mm-hmm.
They're called
Okay.
butlers, just to be politically correct.
Do we have a plan here, sir?
The Thabo, yes. It's like, come with me. We know the routine.
That help?
Mm, wearing my nice suit, approach the front door, or just like start looking around. I'm holding a Bible in my hand.
Doesn't that burn your hands?
No,
Nope.
Being sarcastic, I'll shut
Oh,
up.
okay.
I'm not that clan.
That is an interesting thing. You have the holy symbol thing, but like,
Prevents me from going into a warded area. And the Bible is not a holy symbol.
yeah, it's not technically a, yeah.
It's a book. Besides, it just says Holy Bible. It's not a real one. It's the book of.
I'm just imagining
it's the Holy
got, like, the
Bible. It's just a
cover.
porn mag.
I was expecting like crossword puzzles.
No, it's a book of. It's a copy of the Book of Nod.
That makes sense.
It's hollowed out inside and has a snack bag in there for him. Or blood bag.
Blood pack.
Mm-hmm.
Reson.
So,
So first, I'm looking around, pull out a phone, take some pictures. Like walk up to the door. I'm like, oh.
as soon as you start pull out your phone and start taking pictures, the side door opens and a very clearly like military looking guy walks out. Sir, this is private property. You can't be here.
What do you mean I can't be here? I own the place. I bought it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate, sir. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
You are asking me to leave? Do you even know who I am?
No.
I have a peerage. My grandfather is in the House of Lords. I want to speak to your colonel right away. I will not be speaken to by some grunt like this.
God.
Do I need to bring out my phone to call? I can have you just taken out of the military.
Did you even say
Charisma
drawn and
and-
quartered?
I thought he was going to say drowned. He's going to have him drowned.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
See, when I
Drummed
heard
out, drummed out of the service. That's what
I
they
was
say now.
Stay
my
roll
brain
your
went to I'm
shoes.
gonna have you drawn and quartered.
That's his age showing up.
Charisma and subterfuge, please.
Ember's down in the underground with the rest of you guys doing the stealth mission. Like, maybe I should have gone upstairs with Erasmus.
You sure it's not persuasion as I'm persuading him?
You're not really persuading him. He's not interested in doing what you want him to.
That's what persuasion's for.
That is kind of partially what persuasion does.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
yeah, I'll
performance
allow it.
for a character.
Yeah, persuasion. Yeah. So I'm only partially lying. Two successes.
Okay.
Like, I bought this place.
Do you have a
Eh.
deed
Do I have a deed?
or
Of
any
course I do.
paperwork or ID showing who you are?
I have ID right here. Pull out an ID that shows clearly my name and my peerage and all that stuff, as I do have a mask in the modern era, as I am also my own descendant.
I'm sorry. Is that the fourth? Because like every couple decades, you go from Erasmus Honeyfield the first to the second to the third to the fourth.
I'll have you know, Erasmus Honeyfield the Fourth was what I was born as. This is the seventh.
So you're your own grandpa.
Yes.
Hmm.
Legally.
Great grandpa.
That explains a lot.
The guy just sort of sighs. Fine. Stay here. Don't move. No more pictures. And he like heads back to the door and just leans his head in and yells for somebody.
And Erasmus should be very happy this isn't American, just shot instantly without a word.
Before you even approach.
I don't know. He's pretty white. Like
I mean, that doesn't matter when you're invading a military base. And
valid.
if depending on how top secret and how many levels of security he's gotten past, you're getting shot. It doesn't matter what color your skin is.
I know you can invade the capital with no problem.
But that's on a
Yeah.
military
There was
base.
problems afterward.
Not
Yeah.
enough.
No.
Yeah. Not
Anyway,
really.
No, but some of those videos of those people getting put on no-flight lists were.
People
That is
also were
pretty
arrested.
honest.
There has been a few arrests for people who have just showed
Anyway,
up to it. Yeah.
so I'm like, yeah, so waiting.
And a few seconds later, another guy comes out. This guy's wearing like very much more like, definitely more like captain level sort of stuff.
A captain Othello, I wanted to speak with the colonel. Can you believe this?
Can I help you, sir?
I recently purchased the land this building is upon. I came to take pictures of my land, and I was told that I had to leave.
He looks
I
over
was
at the
going to
guy
put a
and
new
just-
church in this place.
a new church.
Yep, she did.
Yes, a church. I'm donating heavily land to the church as a massive tax write-off.
At least he's honest about
This
it.
is smart.
Do you go to church, sir?
Oh God. All right. Take your pictures and then leave, and then I'll give you a number of who to call to deal with whether or not you've actually purchased this property.
Do you wish to go downtown and see if we did?
Absolutely not, sir.
Well,
I would like to go back to my cup of coffee.
you're supposed to be British and you're drinking coffee. Huh. In my day, officers only drank the finest of teas that were in the tanks.
While he's being annoying, what are the rest of you guys doing?
We're sneaking in.
I'm brushing up on my American history with the whole. What was it? Boston Tea Party.
So I'll say with Arthur's ideas of exactly where these tunnels go to and Savage's vision of what this place looks like, you guys are pretty sure that you can get relatively close to the room that Lizzie's in was on one of those second level rooms. So you'd have to get up one staircase and probably past like two guards on the walkway that you'd be on and one on the other side watching. That would be in like immediate line of sight. If you guys make a fuss, you're going to gain a lot more.
Let's see what. I'm sorry, just taking a look at the pictures, because Lizzie can walk on walls.
She sure can.
Yeah.
Sure shit can. And I can't help to notice there's skylights up there.
There sure are.
So you think we walk on a ceiling?
This place is
climb up there?
decrepit. There's a chance that I'll say actually, Savage, the room that she was in, it looks like there is like a roof over it, but it's probably just like drywall at the most. It's not going to be anything
They went with the American style of construction. Cheap and very, very, very,
It's on the
very
inside of
terrible.
another building.
You have no idea how much Hera made fun of the buildings here, because in Germany they're like brick walls apparently inside, and like she's like, how, like, I'm like, because I hit my head against the wall and she just goes, "Don't." Are your walls hollow? I'm like,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
yours aren't.
Remember, we did bomb like every building in Germany, so they did have to rebuild to resist bombing.
Yes.
Because we won.
Yeah, no, bring-
USA, USA.
don't mention the Germans.
Lizzie is climbing the outside of the building up to the skylights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyone following?
No.
I can climb also if we want to split up even more.
Just a note: if you're using the potence power, it does mention it still has to be able to handle your weight. You are literally ripping your fingers into it.
No, mine is traversal.
Hers is basically the monk wall running.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
you are
I can
right.
run or
though.
climb along any surface, including vertical and even liquid. I am Naruto.
So
I'm just saying, if it's the potence one and you hit the glass, you're going straight through.
Yeah. So
Mine's celerity.
That's what mine is, so I won't do that.
yeah,
Not
you
yet.
could get up to the glass and then drop through loudly, but
Let's not go loud.
They have too many
I've-
people to go loud.
Yeah.
Unless we had brought poison gas of some kind, but we did not.
I mean, I could try and distract one of them at least.
I
Can you
kinda-
sing so loud that all the glass shatters and like cuts them up?
I mean, probably, but I don't think that's what we're going for here.
Just note, fleetness does require checks to utilize.
I was kind of thinking of using my unseen passage to observe their
Routes.
the routes there.
They're patrol routes.
Patrol routes. Thank you. That's the word.
I got you.
Thank you.
You're doing the stealth game thing.
Yes. I mean, knife fight. So that way I could at least try to get them as close as possible, even if needed to be one at a time from shadow to shadow to get them up there as close as possible. And I
Okay.
can also try to help break in on the door if it's locked.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, Lizzie can just take a place up on top of the place.
okay.
Do we all have earpiece radios to communicate?
Honestly, Imber just kind of shrugs and is like, I don't really know why I came along for this.
Lizzie will look to Ember before she goes to this. You have a shotgun. You might need to use it if all else
That's
fails.
fair.
Just keep
Maybe
the,
we can
the
capture a
exit
guard
safe.
and you could question him.
You do also know that if you can get one to keep a gaze with you long enough, you could maybe entrance them to so that.
Oh yeah,
they're,
that's what I was talking about with like distracting.
So Lizzie is going up the side of the building. I believe I need a rouse check from you, correct?
Yes. So what is a rouse again? What I roll?
Just 1d10 and tell me if you get a success or a fail.
It is a success.
Okay, you are not hungrier.
Yay.
And I'll say that getting up to the top of that, I don't think it's more than 50 meters, so you can get up to the top of it.
Don't need a check.
Oh, yes.
yeah,
Dex plus athletics.
with a difficulty of 3 to 6.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'll say it's
Dex.
a difficulty of. I'll say it's 4.
2, 3, 4. I got 4.
Nice. Okay. You managed to make it up to the top. It's a bit louder than you would like, but
Yep.
not much more loud than typical city sounds of buildings settling.
Yeah.
People throwing
It's
garbage
also a
out into
fucking
the dumpster
shitty
next
ass
time.
building, so it's
Yeah,
not
it's-
like
This entire area is a little rundown and dilapidated. What is Arthur doing?
Once he gets the people like inside, I think I would follow Savage's lead about sneaking around.
just do the Kronk thing.
Just hiding in a corner watching.
I'm
Erasmus is being a hell of a distraction. and-
assuming we can hear him from here with how loud he's being.
I honestly was expecting you to say Erasmus was being Erasmus.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I will continue distracting for about 3 minutes and then leave.
What is Imber doing?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Standing guard with a shotgun.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, you could probably go over to a door and keep an eye in there, right? Like, there are definitely going to be side doors to this place. My suggestion.
If you're good at sneaking, maybe you could like wait. If someone you're not okay.
No.
I think you were.
No.
No,
Oh, that's-
I'm
okay, then-
I'm quick and can manipulate.
It's like, on second thought, I should have went with Erasmus.
Yeah.
You are just literally covering the exit with a shotgun. That is what you are here for. I mean, I think you probably have the best gun skill, I think, here, though.
Nope.
What's your gun skill?
0.
Wow. I thought you'd have a gun skill.
Nah.
Sorry. So, I'll say that getting up to the top of this building, Lizzie, you think you have an idea of exactly where you would be above the room where Izzy is.
Mhm.
Savage, you have narrowed down the passage of when these guys do their circulations. And it looks like right now they've shifted slightly so that there are still 2. There's one right by the door that she's in and one facing them. But the other 2 have gone downstairs. Arthur, the one nearest to you would be the one
Wait a minute. Sorry, I just had a thought.
oh.
No, continue. I'll go on
Oh,
with my
okay.
thought afterwards.
The one nearest to you would be the one that is facing the door on the other balcony, sort of thing.
Okay, is he in view of anybody? think?
Probably a couple, yeah.
Okay, then I will not murder him.
It
I would-
looks like. Go ahead.
I just said I'd hide and bide my time until something happens. Or until I see, maybe if I see someone who I could get on their own, and if I think I could take them out and hide the body quickly.
You think these 2, if 2 people acted simultaneously, they might not get a shot off.
So
Okay.
with that thought, would I be able to help position him in such a way that as they make their patrol changes or take any type of standardized movement, that we could pull that off rather effectively, preferably away from the sights of others?
You know that you can at least get these 2 guys. It's probably going to be difficult to do it completely unseen, but you don't have to be completely unseen, just fast. They
Yeah, we
already
just
know
have
what
to-
you are.
We are already there, and we know at least their shotguns. If we get them quick enough, their shotguns don't have big enough range to hit us from all over across the thing.
How many are there in this room? 4?
In the immediate range of where you guys are, there are currently 2. The other 2 are sort of walking down the stairs on the other side. But
Is
in the
there
actual whole building, they're probably at minimum a dozen.
Oh, that's what I figured. Is there a way I could get to like a door that leads into that lower area?
Yeah, you could easily do that.
Cool. I'm gonna. Well, if I'm aware of the plan that Savage and Arthur have going, I'm going to kind of maneuver myself because I'm still wearing like the balaclava and everything, so I look like one of them. I'm gonna maneuver my way towards one of the doors on the lower floor to see if I can't get in view of one of the people on the lower floor of the room where they're holding. I assume this is the room where they're holding Izzy.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and get into sight line with one of them.
You can easily enough do that. One of them just sees you and just as like head tilt of acknowledgement.
Head tilt back.
Yeah, we're in disguise.
All right. Yeah, Lizzie's taking position at the window, waiting to watching from above because she knows that Arthur and Savage, or at least he's going.
Mhm.
So So yeah, and she'll kind of slowly, like, kind of start opening the like, kind of trying to find a way she can slip. Actually, if we're gonna be taking out the soldiers, then she can just break through the roof.
Yeah, these skylights aren't exactly built to open.
Then she'll just kind of go to right above where that room.
Mm-hmm.
How together is the roof? Like how easily do I think I could tear through the roof?
The glass fairly easily, as long as you've got something to break
I'm
it
assuming
with.
the glass isn't over
The,
Lizzie or Izzy though, right?
It would fall. The glass would fall onto the roof, and then you and the glass would fall onto the roof of the one that she's in. But Savage did have a very clear view of that room that he could point to a corner of that room that it wouldn't fall on her.
Yeah. All right then. I'm just kind of trying to buy time till Sage gets back.
Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, Imber, you have one of these guys that just looking around. So what are you doing this weekend?
Not much. Mostly just this. What about you?
I don't think I've heard your voice before. Are you new on?
New transfer.
Make a manipulation and subterfuge roll, please.
Oh, I'm good at that.
I'm assuming you were good at those.
Mm-hmm. I got 3 successes.
Okay. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. I was hoping to go out to a couple of bars. I've heard that there are a couple good places around, but who knows what things are going to be like after tonight.
I heard there was some unpleasantness happening over on the Spire.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of glad I'm here. It's going to turn into a fucking bloodbath. Half of them are going to end up dead.
Well, I mean, we already have this one. Imber will kind of motion with the shotgun towards Izzy. So I suppose we're... What? No, I said Izzy.
Yeah, I know. I'm making sure because Kat has said Lizzie when she meant Izzy.
I was saying that you're motioning with your shotgun with finger on the trigger, like right in front of their face.
You do have a 0 in firearms.
I do.
It'll be fine.
So I believe Lizzie and Arthur are waiting on Savage's go to trigger the attack.
I'm gonna, the minute I start seeing any motion from them, I'm gonna use the entrancement on this guy.
Okay.
I thought you were just gonna blow him away with the shotgun. Have this nice conversation with him,
just
no
fucking dragon fire to the face.
No,
Aren't you just the kindest gentleman?
No, because knowing my luck, I would try and do that and
be
miss
a messy
and,
critical
and
and the
blow,
whole thing would blow.
and no, knowing my luck, I'd be like, oh yeah, aren't you just the kindest boot, and like fire and just blow Izzy away.
No, blow Lizzie away.
Yeah.
I literally just a stray anything kills me at this point.
So I need you to
That
roll
just
rouse check,
backfires.
please.
Yeah, so that's what willpower?
Oh,
Just 1d10.
1d10. Oh, 1d10. I got a success.
Okay.
Yeah, that is lucky. Otherwise, I'd be at 4 hunger.
oh Jesus.
And I need you to make a charisma plus presence test. So charisma plus
Okay.
4 dice
Charisma
versus his composure and wits.
Charisma plus presence. Is there something? There's something I have with this, isn't there? Oh no, that's the extra dice. Okay, never mind. I forgot about that. So that's 7.
7 successes?
No, I wish.
Oh, okay.
4
Seven,
successes.
seven
Okay.
dice.
4 successes is what you needed.
Oof.
He, as he's like talking to you, he's like moving closer and asking if you're interested in going to a bar after your shift, and is just the familiar sense of completely and utterly infatuated. And you know it'll last for probably at least an hour until you ask him to do something outrageously ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I don't see why that would be a problem. In fact, I mean, I'm sure our friend here has this room pretty much situated. Why don't you and I get a little more acquainted?
Well, I mean,
Oh, come on. Look at that poor sad sack in the chair. It's not like they're going anywhere.
I guess the captain is distracted at the moment. All right, but we're gonna make it quick.
Alright.
I love that all was implying Izzy. He's implying the fucking captain.
Well, okay. So he's also aware that if somebody finds out the two of them are screwing around on the clock, then captain's probably going to be the one that's pissed, not the vampire tied to a chair.
Yeah.
But no, it's funnier that way. That
Yes,
the
he
Imber
is
side with the sad sack is
absolutely
Izzy.
more afraid of the captain than of Izzy. So, Imber lures one of these guys off to a corner. Lizzie and Arthur and Savage, you know that there are 2 currently that are right next to where Izzy is. What do you want to do? You know that if you wait too long, the others are going to come back.
It's time to act as the wind has told me to do. That sounded stupider and less crazy than I intended. I want to stab somebody.
Okay.
Happy stab.
Yeah.
So, I will say, I'll just go around. Savage, there are 2 there. There's the one across the way looking at the door that Izzy is at the door of the room she's in, and the one that's standing next to the door. Which one do you want to go for?
The one not standing next to the door, because that would be a better target for Arthur.
Okay.
Arthur and Lizzie as backup just in
Yeah.
case.
Go ahead and roll. This would be dexterity plus blades, melee.
Ooh, another +1. So 8 successes, 2 of them are 10s, but not on the blood die.
8 successes. Okay, so
You really want this?
I'm a stabby. What do you expect me to do? Not stab?
I would never expect that of you.
Good. Then you know my character.
Stabber, no stabbing.
okay.
I just had a really bad mental image of that, Vex. The monkey in a Nelson hold with just the stabs just slowly stopping as he's trying to stop stabbing the body and then just keep stabbing a couple more times.
So Savage, you reveal yourself out of nowhere, the shadows sort of melting away from you as you stab this guy. And you realize, unfortunately, that this one, you tried to aim for like the back of the neck where you know that it will hopefully cut off any yell. Unfortunately, this one is wearing body armor. He does crumple to his knees, but he's still breathing, and people are going to figure that out in probably just a few seconds. Lizzie and Arthur, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go after this guy, the other guy,
Okay.
and I will get to him as quickly as I can, and I will try to grab him around the neck with one arm and around the body with the other arm,
Okay.
and just squeeze him. Like a chokehold, I guess.
All right. So you're trying to like choke him out?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say for that would be athletics and strength.
All right. 4 successes.
Okay. Let's see.
Does he have armor?
He does.
Then I would want to use prowess to add damage.
Okay.
I actually know how to get past that.
And lethal body ignores 3 armor.
Yeah, I'll allow it. So it was 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so your guy is currently choking out. He is flailing. Effectively, what I'm saying, you guys are going for the kill. These guys are better armored and probably better trained. So the guy that Savage went after, he basically had that instinctive moment of like a split-second reaction as he felt movement behind him. Arthur, the guy that you got, he can't say anything, but he is flailing currently as he's trying to as he's being choked out.
Used to it.
But probably in a few seconds he's gonna go still.
He's gonna go night night.
Lizzie, what would you like to do?
Well, I know where to drop down from the roof.
You sure do.
How far is the drop for one? Will I take damage from this? Or because I only have 1 pip.
Can she land on the guy I'm trying to take down and help me?
I mean, I'm on the opposite side of you.
Oh.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
right? I'm above where Izzy is. I do have. Here is the question, Kat. Is blink an actual blink or is it a movement?
It is a movement. I will say
Why would you name it blink? That's so
'Cause
dumb.
you
because
move
it's
in the
the
blink of an
idea of
eye.
that.
True.
Well, how many meters is it?
Yeah.
Just make a number. 1 through 5,000.
20.
5,000 meters.
0.
From the top of the skylight down is probably about 15 feet.
So
It's 5 meters.
3, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
What if she hangs from the skylight before dropping? Would that negate some of the distance?
That'd make it 10 feet.
I'll say that if you smash it before and you're very careful about it, you will not take damage. You may
oh,
have
come
to.
on. She can survive 2.
If you have soaring leap, that might
That's
help.
true because it wouldn't be aggravated. It would be
Superficial, you have superficial before damage is applied.
All right, give me a second. Let me look at falling.
Just pick a distance.
She already has.
Yeah, it's a 15 feet.
Yeah.
I don't know what the okay, here it is. Okay, so dexterity and athletics check, please.
All right. I'm good at this. That's a crit.
Oh, nice.
And
It's something
So-
to remember is subdue damage we have before we take unless it says otherwise.
so 5 successes.
Okay. So. Okay. So you do manage to negate the force of the fall. You do, however, ride down the ceiling of the next one as the weight of you plus probably a couple 100 pounds of glass land on it. And there is definitely the sound of some chaos inside
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say that you do sort of collapse through the ceiling and slide into the room to see Izzy there, who's sort of groggy and looking over at you. Holy shit, that was stupid.
just the grinning face of Lizzie covered in blood. It's like, no, dried blood and viscera now.
Erasmus, what are you doing?
She's like, oh my god, do you hear that? Some chives are breaking into your place. I'm leaving. The Thibble, car. And we both get in the car and just start driving away.
Kevin just nopes out of the session. Like, I'm about this life.
So I'm just like, I start texting every vampire I'm like knowing in London. It's like, guy, report, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Just that mass text that's really annoying.
Oh
You're
my
getting
god.
mass silence.
Probably
from a lot.
I get
All of our phones go off at that time too.
I get 5 messages because of how mine's set up.
You're like, damn it! I knew I
Ember's
should have
like,
given all 5
"Stop!
numbers.
I hate this ringtone. I don't know how to change
It's London calling from the Clash.
it."
Lizzie's phone is always on vibrate anyway, so
Imber, the guy hears that crash and is like, "Oh fuck! What the fuck? We gotta hold that thought."
I'm gonna grab him and go to kiss him.
Okay. I'm assuming that's a bite.
Yeah.
Okay. um,
Kool-Aid.
Monkey grab
you
Peach.
succeeded well enough. He's not really resisting. You can feed on him if you would like.
Sweet. Yeah.
Would you like to drain him?
Yeah, I got 2 hunger, so.
Okay.
Nom, 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 nom.
You now have no hunger.
Woo!
Hey, and you have
That
a
does
corpse.
take basically that whole turn though.
That's fine.
Savage, what would you like to do? There is a guy with one of your knives in the back of his neck,
Stab him
gurgling
again.
on his blood.
But I was the one with all specs here. Alt. I kind of want to stab him again. I kind of want to. Ooh, I have an idea. If I try to clamp my fangs down on his throat to try and keep him from screaming, if I don't drain him, that doesn't turn him into a ghoul, does it?
No, the only thing that turns somebody into a ghoul is
Is them feeding on
your
my blood. Okay, then what did you say was the other thing if I didn't drain him?
So basically the way that feeding works for vampires, ghouling, you have to feed them your blood, and it has to be like over a significant, it has to be 3 nights at a time. You can decide to pull back at the last minute and not kill him to basically just do the equivalent of taking a couple of, like, he just donated a shitload of blood. Any vampire can lick the wound to cover up any bite marks, so he won't bleed out if you don't want him to. But if you drain him completely, you get to hunger 0, and the only way to get to hunger 0 is to completely kill.
I got the hunger 0 from the guys at the shard.
Yes, because you killed them.
How loud was that crash?
It was pretty loud.
I did
Like-
drop an entire panel of a window down.
Everyone is reacting.
Now-
in
Okay.
This
Cool.
is-
I have a thing to add to my little thing there.
Why I do
but-
that?
I don't know why you do that.
Just a note, it is something. Just because most of us are new to vampire, this is something that Camarilla and Anarchs don't do normally because it's considered very bad form.
You don't drain.
No, drain them until an instant they're basically to they're dead. Put some of your blood in. You have just embraced them, and they're a vampire. But if you only give them 1 blood, they will essentially be frenzying, and you can kind of do that and just kind of push them towards their friends to distract and get your ass out. It's considered very bad form because it's essentially you like having a child and then throwing your child to the wolves, literally. But that is something for emergencies that the Sabbath does. But just in case you want to know other thing,
You could do that.
Just in case
So,
this happens to be a situation.
Considering this guy is fully armored, I want to do that.
Yeah, I want to do that too.
Oh boy.
As a little quick add-on to what happened to the dude I was just enthralling and then
Sucking.
drained to death. The minute he goes down to nothing, I will lick his wound so it like covers up the bite mark, and then take the shotgun and just blow his head off.
Most effective form of double tap.
Especially because it's not just blow his head off, it's blow his head off with fucking dragon breath rounds.
Right after
Well-
cleaning up a wound on the neck.
I mean, no. See, that's the thing. Is it seems like double tap for sure, obviously, but also like Ember's brain is she's a manipulator and works mostly in the shadow. So like,
You
even
don't
though
want any of those any of the goop on the wall to show that a vampire has been here.
right, exactly. even though there's like tons of other evidence that there were other vampires here, nobody knows that she's been here.
Ooh. Do I
Yes, they
think
know
quick,
there's a bunch of Brujah broke into a fucking party.
Exactly.
do I think quick enough to grab that knife before I push the guy over?
Yeah, sure.
Yay.
Kick him down off the edge.
So,
This is London.
yeah, okay. All right. How much fucking willpower would a newly born kindred have? No, they're just gonna go automatically into frenzy. Like there's no rule for it. They're at hunger.
Yeah.
Especially because apparently you can turn somebody while keeping them at not actually giving them a rouse check of blood. Just a few drops can do it. So basically they're at hunger 5. They are full on frenzy.
Oh boy.
I would
So-
back off them though and not be as
I will
close as-
say, both Author and Savage, I need you both to make this would probably be dexterity and athletics checks to get out of the range of the newly feral.
I'd be surprised if Arthur could use
kindred.
strength here.
Yeah, didn't we just
throw
Oh
shove
yeah,
them?
yeah,
throw them off the edge?
yeah.
It's the
So
same.
either
This is Sparta them
Yeets.
off the ledge.
Yeet us
Okay,
to
yeah.
fetus.
Yeah.
Have
that was
fun.
the- God, freezing.
Ooh, I only got one success, and it was the regular blood one.
Okay.
I don't think that matters. So.
And crits and failures matter for the
Yeah.
that one.
Okay, there's the one success then. Out of
Jesus
6.
on Jesus. Savage, what about
Yeah.
you?
4 of 6.
So you guys yeet them off. That's what they're doing. Lizzie, you're in the room with your sister. What would you like to do?
I'm immediately just gonna walk over to the chair and get her out of the restraints she's in.
She sort of rolls her shoulders.
You walk?
Yeah, I could really use something to eat right now.
You and me both.
Let's get the fuck out of here. And she
Yes.
like creeps up to that door and just where there had been a guard is a pool of blood and like broken railing as this frenzied vampire has gone off the side.
We don't want to be here
Um,
for any longer than we need to be.
But as an act of class, Savage will go to that door and just politely open it and kind of butler the door, just like wave them through, pointing towards the other direction, away from the psychos that we just
Yeah, I'm
unleashed.
assuming like more or less we know where Imber is at this point. We heard the shotgun go off.
Yes, you
Right.
do. However, a lot of the others also know where we are, and there were
That
not
is true.
just 3 guys in this room. So,
But now they have to deal with 2 frenzies.
they do, yes. So, let's see.
Actually, here's a good question. They were shoved from up above. They were shoved down into the middle of all of those computers and people typing away and all that kind of good stuff. Is their first? I'm sorry, I'm stepping on a DM
You're
toes.
cool. Go ahead. Is there first what?
Is their first reaction to check on their friend guards that just dropped from the second story? Because I'd be worried about, fellow
They
soldiers.
would. The issue is a frenzying vampire gains points in, I believe gains points in their attributes. They become stronger and faster.
Well, no, and the other, yeah. Well, I think what Sage is asking is less that, more would the other people?
Yeah, are
who
they stupid enough to
aren't-
go over?
Well, do they just see a person clad like them and go
Yeah.
over to check? Right, that's what Sage is asking. Yeah.
So yeah, basically, these guys fall into that main area with all the computers and everything. 1 or 2 of the like 3 people there in the center at the computers just sort of turn and look like, "What the fuck? Are you okay?" And the one vampire that actually the one that Savage had been choking out that hadn't been, deprived of oxygen for quite a bit, is going to rush at this poor
Poor
science
classless
officer
bastard.
looking.
Let him be the
Fuck.
captain. Let it be the captain.
It's not. It's some random computer nerd.
There's no way the captain's sitting there. He's in his own office.
He could be
No,
patrolling the
he's
floor.
he's on the way back in the building because Erasmus was distracting him during this whole thing. Yeah, this guy that had been at the computer it was immediately there was a spray of blood and he collapses and this feral vampire turns and looks towards the rest of the room. Imber, as you're sort of having just pulled the shotgun away, there is another person that appears in the doorway. Yeah, there is another soldier that appear. What the fuck just happened? Fuck! They're here. It's
I
them.
know. We gotta go. We gotta go right now. I have no idea what happened to this guy. We were talking, and fucking head just exploded, man.
I love that you lost completely the accent, the Imber accent. And it's now
Oh no,
gone to-
she's 100% changing her accent the whole time.
Make manipulation plus subterfuge, man. That's gonna be hard as
Okay.
shit. You're holding a shotgun.
I
that
know.
may or may not still be smoking.
literally.
Because
You
it's
don't know how
fucking
it works.
He
dragon
shot
fire.
himself with my shotgun.
I have no idea how this happened. What's the difficulty?
It's gonna be hard. This is gonna be a 6. You're literally holding the gun.
The smoking
I
gun.
know, right? You're not gonna believe this.
You get fucking 6.
I got 6.
He sort of hesitates for a second. And he actually puts a hand over to the radio and Blank Buddy's on site. Blank Buddy's on site. We need cameras. Find who doesn't have the signature. Savage, you would know that many of these guys have the technology that allows them to see whether or not somebody is giving off body heat. And I'll say
Oh,
it's at that
shit.
point that I believe it was Savage, Lizzie, and Izzy come down that stairs towards you guys. You guys hear Imber's voice, though with a weird accent.
British.
And see a different one than hers. And actually,
Brooklyn
yeah,
accent.
it is a British accent because you have fucking American Southern drawl, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes. So you see one more of these soldiers sort of looking there confused, yelling into a radio.
I'm gonna throw
What
a
do you guys
knife at
want
him.
to do?
No. Before you do that, I'm gonna dominate him.
Kinky.
Uh-huh.
All right. What do you want to tell him?
I'm just gonna use the cloud memory thing. Because I assume he's unprepared since he bought that first lie, yeah.
It's less prepared and more like he's aware that vampires can do things to change memories, but he doesn't know who to trust. It's hesitation rather than falling for it.
Nope.
So it would be your charisma plus dominate plus 1 versus his wits and resolve.
Charisma plus dominate plus 1. I got 6. It says
Damn.
like can't see it real well, but it does that.
Yeah, there we go. 6 successes.
Yeah.
He also got 6 successes.
Ooh.
Jeez.
So there is a thing that you can do where you can spend a willpower to reroll 3 of your dice that are not blood dice.
Do it.
Okay. I'll do that. That sounds fun.
Does that permanently lower your willpower?
And so you can restore it by
Yeah.
resting or interacting with your touchstones.
Oh.
How do I change the... It don't matter. 2 successes.
Okay. He just sort of goes blank-faced, and you're aware that it works. It's not going to give him a new memory, so if they
No.
ask him, it's going to be aware what happened. But for the
Well,
second,
I used the cloud memory thing on him.
Mhm.
So it makes him forget the current moment and the last few minutes that just
Yeah.
happened. So
He
he
just-
doesn't get a new memory. He just has no idea what happened.
Yeah.
He, has no, he doesn't even remember. He doesn't remember his previous path.
Yeah, he doesn't remember how
Oh,
he
God.
he doesn't remember how he got here. As far as he's aware, he came around the corner and there was a dead guy.
He just kind of
Just
stood
imagine if
here.
you're like,
He just
here,
was-
hold this, and run away.
Honestly, that is actually what I was gonna do. Like literally just like, here you go.
and then dip out the door.
Okay. So something that's slightly less funny, but I still wanted to do it anyways. If I'm not going to throw a dagger at him, I want to take his knife.
Okay.
Just Savage. I picture Savage having a room just filled with knives that he has stolen from others.
I mean, of course he does.
Wait,
larceny
trophies.
and dexterity.
Wait, what?
Larceny and dexterity. It's the closest that we have to pickpocket or sleight of hand.
You're stealing from them.
But he's completely dominated.
No, he is clouded memory.
Yeah, he's not.
He does-
He's not
Okay.
frozen in place. He's like
yeah, he's
lost.
just dumb for the second. He's very confused.
You flashy thinged him.
So two
He's-
10s, a 6, and a 7.
Okay, yeah, you have his knife easily enough. And I will say the rest of you guys can see there are other members of the Second Inquisition closing
Fuck
in on
outta
you
here.
and running.
Erasmus sends a group text to the coterie as he's driving away. It basically, hey, I keep doing this so that you know I'm talking as Erasmus.
So long
Oh.
and enjoy it. Thanks for all the fish.
Yeah, it's it sends a text. It's basically like all contacts dead. Other contacts, basically it's like went through my contacts. The only reports I'm getting, the court is dead. London has fallen. Run the fuck away.
I will say to try and speed things up a little bit, if you guys would go ahead and I'll say that you could have taken the knife from the guy you frenzied. You did say it. I want all of you except for Erasmus, who's not there, to make dexterity athletics checks to dodge incoming fists and blades. And when I say blades, these aren't like tactical knives. They've gone to a weapons chest and are pulling out like a
Swords.
not a sword. The,
Machetes.
that's the one. And dragonfire
Good.
rounds.
Well, now these are English people. They might have gokeries. You know, cokeries.
Yeah, they probably have kookeries.
You just see a
that-
bunch
I
of
don't know what that is.
bunch of like sheiks and
Gurkhas.
stuff walking. It's like, or I mean, yeah, the Gurkhas. It's like, oh shit, let's get out of here. You don't
No,
mess with
genuinely, Gurkhas are terrifying.
They are terrifying.
Would my
I don't know what that is. With your what?
unseen presence be able to help with any of that, or should I just roll?
Unseen presence works best when you're moving slowly and quietly. At the moment,
Okay.
you're running for your own lives.
I got
Okay.
Does
5.
rapid reflex help at all?
I believe it sure does.
It
Sweet.
allows you to dodge without penalties
Yes.
because normally you cannot dodge bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I got
just
5
something. Bullets
successes.
tend to travel kind of fast. I
That's
know.
true.
What?
Weird. I know.
You say this, but
Crazy.
then I look at me and me managing to dodge a point blank.
How many dice did you
gunshot.
roll, Lizzie?
5.
Okay.
I
What
got
are we-
5
what am I
successes out
rolling?
of 5.
Athletics and
Dex.
Dex and
Dex?
athletics.
Okay. Great.
I got only 2 successes.
I also got 2 successes.
I will
It
say
looks like the blood one was a critical success.
I only picked a fight before we knew how to fight in vampire, and my response back was I wasn't given much of a choice.
okay. Author and Imber, both of you. Imber because you were running a little slower, and Author because you are just barreling through the biggest crowd because you know that you can take it.
Mhm.
Two of the ones with swords do get slightly closer to you, and both of you, because you failed with the same amount, take 5 points of superficial damage.
Ow.
So
I have toughness.
you
Can
sure
I use
do.
that to reduce?
What does it say? It reduces it by what?
Subtract 2 from superficial damage before having it.
Okay, so you take 3, half of that. You take 1 superficial. Ember, you would have taken 5. You have it. You take
3.
2.
2.
Is it?
Okay.
Is it? Yeah, we
Guys,
round
round
it
up or
down.
round down.
Round down. Because I don't.
And I filled my rouse, so I'm at hunger 2 now.
There you go.
Just starting to get angry.
hmm
You
I
wouldn't
like
like
him
me
when he's
when I.
hungry.
Lizzie, on the other hand, Izzy, on the other hand, did catch a bit of that dragon fire and is screaming incoherently and trying to roll against the wall to
Yeah.
put out the flames.
Lizzie is also like just patting her
Want to
down and
well.
trying to drag her.
Everybody's screaming and fighting everywhere, and meanwhile, Erasmus is in the passenger seat of his car.
Also, so
You
we are
guys,
bolting, I assume, just out the. Which where are we going to?
Erasmus sends a second text. It's a coordinates.
Author, you know it would probably be a lot easier to lose them in the tunnels than on the ground.
Absolutely, I'd go down. I'd go down there, lose them in there,
Hey,
because I
Cap,
have that tube safety.
You sure do. What's that?
I got 4 successes. Would I take
Okay.
any damage?
4 successes is what you needed, so you did not.
Sorry, it's everything
You're cool.
blazed past. I don't like to.
You needed 4. Izzy got 1 success.
Ooh.
So
Oof,
she's not doing well, and she's also very, very hungry because they beat the shit out of her.
I mean, Lizzie knows the feeling, considering she got fucking shotgunned at point blank range.
And in the tunnels, I believe I want Author to go ahead and is there a role associated with your finding?
Yeah, it says make a difficulty 3 wits plus stealth test. Oh, that's for hunting. Somewhere to hide. That's wits plus larceny to find a suitable hiding
There you go.
place. Difficulty 3. So I'm using the dice roller. Rolling 4 dice. 3 successes.
Okay. You hear behind you the sort of the sounds of a very quick shotgun shot, and then the silenced sounds of a frenzying vampire as you guys disappear into the darkened tunnels, racing through. And there are people following you, and they are not stopping. You make your way out of these strange little side tunnels and back to the tube proper, and are running alongside the tracks when you hear the train start to come. How would you all get the fuck out of the way?
I can.
I mean,
How big is the? I mean, can we get on the side? Is it safe to stand to the side?
You can go to the side. It's not comfortable. It's definitely too close for comfort. I'll say going to the side would just be like a relatively easy dexterity and athletics check to get the fuck out of the way. But if you actually failed, it would be a lot worse than, say, if you had the ability to go up to the top of the
Which is
tunnel,
what Lizzie is doing. Lizzie is
or
just straight up jumping and just grabbing onto the top.
something like that.
Yeah, I would use uncanny grip to climb up the wall and get out of
Okay.
range.
So
But I was worried about the rest of the group.
Savage would pull a baseball slide and go under.
I'm
It should have enough clearance. It should have more than enough clearance.
this is true. You can usually lay underneath and underground.
yeah, you have to lay on the sides, not the middle.
Yeah.
Just for the note of how the London Underground.
but you
There's
can
the
do
one
that.
big rail, yeah.
Yeah, the electrified one would probably kill you.
Yeah.
Only
That's
if you're grounded.
You're a vampire. Of course you're grounded in reality.
If you're levitating and touch it, it's fine.
Yeah. So dexterity
Also, don't pee on it.
and
We're gonna have to.
athletics
I gotta
for them. I believe Author and Lizzie, you might need to make rolls based on your
Dex and athletics, yeah.
powers that you're
I
using.
think
And have to roll around.
I just need to do rouse. I got a 1 again, so I'm
Oh yeah.
3 hunger now.
Oh no, sorry. Actually, it sounds like it's for the check thing. It only says run on any surface, even water, by making. So I don't need to run. So I'm assuming I don't need to make the check.
No, I think you have to make the check.
It says run or climb, but then in the check part of it, it says run on any surface, even water, by making a Dex plus athletics roll.
Yeah, any surface. Are you running on a surface?
I'm not
yeah,
running. I'm
it's
climbing.
You have to run.
basically what it
I
is
know, I
is
jumped.
okay. So hang
I
on.
jumped up.
There's 2 different things. Are you using soaring leap or are you using traversal? Because traversal is basically you are the Flash.
I am using soaring leap into
Traverse,
traversal.
you have to traverse. You have to move.
Yeah, because you have to get up the speed to go
Okay.
up a wall.
True. All right, then. Yeah, I'll just jump. I'll
Okay.
Mario that shit.
Okay.
I'll Mario Jumpman
that one
Mario
would-
that shit.
That one would probably be strength plus athletics, then you trying to grab onto the ceiling.
That's even better.
What would mine be for the
So-
slide?
That is probably Dex and Athletics as well.
Okay.
So I have a question. If you crit only on on the blood die, but not anywhere else, is that still a messy critical or not?
It has to be a crit. So you always a crit is only
Okay.
2 10s. If it's only 1 10, that's not a critical.
It's just a success.
Perfect. I got 4 successes then.
Okay. You do jump up to the top, and both Arthur and Lizzie cling to the top of this tunnel as the train rockets past you guys. The rest of you either clinging to the wall or shrinking as far as you can into the filthy dirt of the bottom of this tunnel.
I was gonna say Ember probably grabs Izzy and like, since it's really tight, she doesn't like hold her like with her against the wall, but like holds her up with one arm against the wall because she looks really fucked up.
She
The
does.
mom grab, the mom arm.
Yeah, basically,
Mom arm.
basically, yeah, just mom arms her into the wall.
Yeah. And with the rocketing sound of the train passing within inches of the rest of your somewhat battered bodies, starving, exhausted, and feeling rather alone, you guys make your way through the tunnels back to the coordinates Erasmus left you.
So the coordinates Erasmus has is the airport, Hathor.
The airport.
Yeah.
Hathor, the Egyptian god.
No,
that
I
one.
can never remember the name of it. Hold on, I'm not in England.
Give it time.
Yeah, it's the big one.
Heathrow.
Heathrow. That's
Heathrow.
it.
That's the thing. Oh yeah, that's the one. I'm like trying to think. I'm like Hathor, what?
Yeah, it's like
But in my head, I'm like, it's Heathrow, but I didn't. I'm like, is kept thinking of a different one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah, it's Heathrow, and there's a private jet.
You guys know that it is getting close to dawn. You're all very, very hungry, very tired.
Erasmus is just like, come on.
Imber, you have not heard from your sire yet, but you also know that you've heard there is a chance that people can track cell phones and things like that. And the guys in that room had a lot of computers, so
Yeah,
maybe she doesn't think it's safe yet.
probably. Elizabeth is smart.
And
Honestly, thinking about that, Ember probably thinks about the fact that, like, oh yeah, they can track cell phones and just fucking chucks her cell phone.
Yeah.
just like yeets it out onto the tarmac.
Basically.
Lizzie just kind of takes her phone and pops the SIM card out and drops it.
Savage probably stabs his phone in such a way that it cuts the SIM card.
Holds up his phone. I don't have T-Mobile or Verizon. I don't have a SIM card.
So how did Erasmus arrange for this jet? Is this does one of his okay.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
It's always nice to have a rich person in the coterie.
Yeah, he's got the money. He uses this to go from the different churches he runs around with.
And where are you going?
We're going to a place that no one in London will ever go to, Edinburgh.
Oh, hey. I thought you were going to say Ireland.
Oh,
Both
nah.
is
Or
good.
Wales or Scotland. Or France.
Edinburgh is in Scotland.
Yeah, Edinburgh, Scotland.
Oh, that's right. Of course. I forgot. I
It's
haven't
like,
been there.
the Scots will save us. They hate the English as much as we do.
The Irish also apply with that if you're in Northern Ireland.
But I can't do an Irish accent. I can do the Scottish accent though.
That's
That is definitely a Scottish accent. I've heard. I just watched Austin Powers. That is definitely a Scottish accent. This fat bastard.
The plane, all the windows closed, and we were basically in the area in the back where there's no light, so we can rest up. It's like we'll rest in Edinburgh for a bit, and then return when things have cooled down for
Gonna
get our shit.
murder that.
So you guys take your rest in the plane. And just because I want to see
Good.
what happens, the next morning, or the next evening rather, rouse checks. Lizzie, you can attempt to mend 1 level of aggravated health damage by rousing the blood a second time.
All right, so I have to rouse twice.
Yep.
My superficial damage just heals, right?
You have to rouse the blood to heal, and you heal.
You
2 a
can-
turn.
Yeah, you can rouse the blood to heal 2 superficial.
Okay.
I just critted.
I got a 7, so
I got 2
I-
10s.
I'm gonna rouse to heal, and I passed. I passed all my rouses.
I got 2 10s.
Okay, so your hunger does not increase, and you heal 1 of your aggravated damage. Those of
Yay.
you that succeeded your rouse check to heal 2 points of superficial damage.
You know, you can do that multiple times a day.
okay. I'll rouse twice then. I succeeded twice, so hooray! I'm not damaged anymore.
Can I rouse multiple times to heal, or can
Not
I leave
Not
that?
aggravated
Nope,
damage.
not aggravated. All right. Can need a fucking doctor.
Next time we got to get an asbestos suit.
It honestly, given about a week to rest, you
Yeah.
could very easily heal that up. It's just a matter of getting somewhere safe enough that you can
Yeah.
rest for a full week. And I'll say that you guys
Lizzie.
learn as you're basically getting out of there. If there are vampires in London, you'll never find them. They are
Yeah,
so far to
Everyone's gone to
ground.
ground.
If they exist, they're never poking their heads out again.
It's too bad.
London's a dead zone.
Pretty much.
London has
And-
fallen.
That's the tale of the fall of London, and why in our Baltimore by Night game, everybody's so fucking scared of the Second Inquisition.
Surely they wouldn't come to little old Baltimore.
Surely.